Okay. Well, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you for over a year.
It doesn't feel that long though.
It doesn't. I think because of the reactions and vlogs and stuff, catching up on that. I've been watching all your New Zealand vlogs, so that's been really interesting to watch. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
It kind of made me think, because last night I tagged you in an Instagram post of some whiskey, because I was thinking back to one of you, I think it was the night before. Was it the night before? One of the vlogs when you and JB, was necking some whiskey, and I was like, yeah, man, that looks... I need that vibe right now.
Yeah, it was going down a treat too, just with the honey. It's perfect.
So let's address the elephant in the room. 2020, COVID, what a shit year it's been for pretty much the world. How have you been?
Yeah, I've been good. To be fair, other than this week, my life hasn't really been all that affected other than just travel. Can't really go anywhere, do anything, but still been working. And that's pretty much all I feel like I've been doing is just work and just watching everything unfold. And I've been following you, seeing what you're up to, the penny, and...
Should be one in a week's time. Can't believe it.
I know, that's crazy. I didn't realize, time's just flown by.
Yeah.
But I know you've been kind of suffering through it. It's affected you a lot more than it has me.
Yeah, it's weird because, ours is so big, and yet relative to its size, the population is quite small because you're sort of all around the coast, really, aren't you? But the UK it's quite a high population, and it's quite dense because it's a small country. I don't know what it is. We're an island. If anything, we should have had an easier year of it from blocking people traveling, but it's actually, we're one of the highest rates in Europe. It's mental. We're in our third lockdown now, still in lockdown. We have a review coming up in a couple of weeks where they'll start outlining plans to get us out of lockdown. So no one knows what that will look like. But you only had lockdown just very recently. Was it 5 days?
Yeah,
does that make any difference?
I don't think there was any new cases, maybe one, because they were on it pretty quickly. But everyone's preparing for another lockdown. It was I went shopping today, everything was packed. People were just buying shit, just everything. But other than that, it's not too bad actually. I feel like I'm waiting on the rest of the world to, get to where we kind of are, just so we can get back to normality, being able to travel. Yeah,
I suppose that's kind of... It's harder for you in a way, because with us, we're kind of locked down. We've got all these rules and things we can't do. But for you, it's kind of like you are waiting for the world to reopen. So it's frustrating for you to you, I guess you're living a relatively normal life. Yeah. And you're waiting for everyone else just to kind of settle the fuck down so you can kind of get back to your stuff again.
I've been, how I've been getting into buying these things over here. It's because I don't know what else to do with my fucking money. Usually I spend it on traveling and shit. And now I'm buying all this shit. And you don't even want to know how much more I've got on the way. I've been getting ridiculous with these pre-orders. I've seen, I don't know if it was the one behind the cabinet behind you, but I did see a post of yours, I think, with even more to your side. Yeah, is that wrong? Yeah. Oh, you see it there, yeah. God, do you want to have a quick look? Do you want to have a quick look? Yeah, sure, go ahead. Okay. So, look. On the side there. Oh my goodness, Jesus. Wow. Mate, I can't help it. I need a hobby. I always wanted to collect them too, but it was kind of the music ones. When I noticed they had artists, some of my favorite artists, that's what kind of sucked me in. I was like, I need that one. And then I'm like, fuck, I kind of want to collect all of them now. But do you remember when we was in one of those shopping centers in Manila and they had a Funko Pop shop? When was this? I think it was Fisher Mall. We'd gone from my place across the street because I think it was the night before we did the Wish Awards because we were eating a pizza because it was a safe bet for food. And I think it was there, there was one of the stores on one of the floors. I vaguely remember now that you mentioned it. I wish I'd filmed it now. I remember the security guard telling us off for filming, or telling me off anyway. Yeah, I know that kind of got you in a bit of a mood. I was just trying to play it off. I hate people telling me no. It's just the worst thing you can do is go, no. Okay, watch me then. It was kind of in downstairs where I was staying. It wasn't a 7-Eleven, it was some other supermarket. Oh, yeah. And they had a go at you. That's weird because they never had a go at me. But they don't really give a reason why either. You can't film. Yeah, no. Why? Well, I'm not exactly trying to say slander the place. Just what's the matter with it? I'm just having a private vlog. You'd think the Philippines would be one of the places where you can get away with it pretty much anywhere, eh? Yeah. Cameras and stuff.
especially because of the advent of YouTube and stuff and people traveling to the Far East, the Philippines is becoming more up and coming. So you'd think, if anything, there'll be more vloggers being around to, you know, showcase their trip and that. And
even more so you being a foreigner. You know, you're obviously a foreigner. I'm not necessarily foreign looking.
I'm pasty milky white, mate.
Because most people speak Tagalog whenever I approach them, like security. I'm just like...
Yeah. I've been learning Tagalog. Genuinely.
So am I.
Okay.
Slowly.
I have an app. It's called Drops. I'm going to drop this in. No pun intended. I'm hoping they might sponsor the channel. Drops. Oh, it's all backwards for you, isn't it? It's really cool that it gives you all different words and phrases, audible stuff. It's really, really good. And it's starting to sink in, I'm pleased to say.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you got meet and greet. So you go start. Teach you a new word.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Oh, that is literally excuse me. That's a bit of a waste of it.
Excuse me.
Yes, okay. And then it tells you which one is excuse me now. We know it's that one.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me.
Got that right?
Oh, yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah,
new word.
It'll sink in too a bit more.
Walang anuman, which means you're welcome. And then so it sort of talks you through it, and it's really good. I really like it.
You know who else is learning Tagalog or trying to improve their Tagalog?
Ate Rachel.
Yeah. So, yeah. I reckon if we can all get to a point where we can have a conversation, maybe we could probably do a whole vlog in Tagalog.
Mate, that'd be epic. I've never known so much commitment from reactors, really. We put a lot of time and effort into immersing ourselves into the Filipino culture, don't we?
We do. And we don't necessarily get the recognition that some people like us
maybe it could be a numbers thing. Maybe other people have a higher subscriber count. It could also be frequency of uploads, because I know I'm very intermittent, you know, because I have more in my life right now. I have a daughter, so I can't always commit to keep shooting videos every week.
Which I think a lot of people forget.
Yeah.
I think.
It's quite hard. I mean, people don't seem to realise, I don't think, even if you can find yourself an hour or two, like we are now, to film this. This is quite a last minute. I didn't realise we were going to be doing this today.
No, neither.
It's just a lucky time, because, you know, most times I've got a baby to look after, and, you know, the time taken to actually record, you know, a set of reaction videos, it's like a half a day job, really, to get a batch out, a batch recorded and edited.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just, it's quite time consuming, and people don't really seem to really understand that.
Yeah, because they think this is all we do. That's like the only thing that I can think of that they could possibly think about us is that this is all we do. We have all the time in the world. And we've been saying this for the longest time too. And I've been getting requests for like trending videos right now. And I'm like, mate, I'll work Monday to Friday full time. Once I finish work, I'm buggered. I want to relax, or I want to edit the reactions I recorded the weekend before or 2 weekends before. And usually around this time is when I'm able to record now. Like, kind of set some time aside. No more drinking, no more going out. We're done with that. So focus on the young YouTube channel. Try and go full time. But yeah, it's still a lot of time involved.
It's weird as well, because I think the other assumption is that we earn a lot of money on YouTube as well. And it's like, well, we don't. I mean, pretty much every video that we react to is monetized by the copyright holder. So we don't earn anything. Otherwise, we'd be doing it full time, potentially.
And I've noticed with like some of my recent uploads, a lot of them are getting blocked now. So I've been disputing them, and I wait out the 48-hour period so I can then post it. But it can still get blocked after that if they end up responding to it.
Yeah, I get a lot from... I mean, should we point fingers and name names? Given our past year and a half's worth of experience with certain companies,
I mean,
they do get
people
blocked,
don't understand that. One of the companies that have blocked a lot of my videos, and I actually thought about it, I brought it up in the comment section because people wanted me to react to a certain video, and I'm like, I already know this is going to get blocked because I've blocked some of the videos in the past. But the company that's been doing was known to do this on my channel, ABS-CBN. I don't know why they blocked some of the videos that they do.
Shock.
I actually did the math.
You think that if they're going to...
They've given me they
want to promote their stuff, don't they?
They've given me copyright strikes in the past. And I was doing the math on, because I screenshot all the copyright strikes I've had, because I've had like around 30-ish over like the duration of my channel. And I counted all the ones that they gave me. They've given me enough to terminate my channel twice. They've given me 6 copyright strikes all up. And I'm like,
Jeez.
why am I reacting to their videos if they're going to keep giving me these copyright strikes over time?
And the annoying part is no one's going to know that they've given you a strike. They just see your channel and go, why hasn't he reacted to this?
Yes.
And you go, well, I have.
Yes,
They've blocked the video. What can I do about that, you know?
Because the whole copyright thing, depending on how people have reacted to it, depending on location upload can affect whether you see a reaction or not. So like if they don't see us react to it, they think we haven't reacted to it because someone else is able to post their reaction to that same video. Like there's different variables.
Which I also find really strange. How have other people managed to catch that and not get either a block or even, you know, having a strike? Because I'll be honest, I've not had a copyright strike from ABS-CBN. I've just had blocked videos all over my channel.
Yeah, I remember I actually had a strike from them when I was in the Philippines one time. I was like really pissed about it too. I didn't say anything about it though. Just disputed it straight away. I was like, yeah, we'll just let that one sit there. Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with, because you know, reactors, they pause the video to try and break up that audio. Because usually the audio that picks up with the whole copyright thing. And also I think they have it turned down ever so slightly. And like how I used to do, I used to pitch it. Like if I get a block, try to get it around it, but I just can't be bothered doing that anymore. I'll just dispute it. I don't know if that'll hurt the channel.
I changed the pitch and opacity as well.
Yeah, I used to do that a lot, especially with Pentatonics videos. Usually like their Christmas stuff would always get blocked. And I noticed like I'll be able to get away with it with a pitch, and then years later they'll find it and then they'll block it again. I'm just like, this. The laptops have been the best investment.
Yeah, I've spent a fortune on this laptop, but it had to be not only better than my current desktop by a mile, but it also had to be, you know, be able to travel with it. Because there might be a time where I did think about it, especially during the pandemic. I was like, mate, maybe I should just travel anywhere. And I can always, because at the moment I can't go out and film anything. All my work is done through Microsoft Teams. So I'm doing basically this kind of thing, video screen capture. So I could do that from anywhere, right?
Yeah.
I don't need to be in the office. So I've been watching a lot of van life series, and it's making me want to give it a go, but you know, with a baby you can't really do that. So maybe future Dan or parallel Dan has done it or will be doing it.
Or we could even do a boys trip.
Imagine in the Philippines.
Yeah, you could even do a boys trip. You know, it doesn't have to be family.
That is true. That's so true. We buy ourselves a jeepney and do it out as a camper.
Mate, that sounds like a viral series, million subscribers idea. Right, do
you know what? I'll be amazed if no one's done it already. But it's not something you really think about, but it's something that, I mean, it's people do buses and vans and stuff. And
the jeepneys,
that'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'd be down for that. Is that the next idea, is it?
I don't know. I got myself really excited about it.
Wait, could we? Oh, no.
There were talks, though, in Manila to ban jeepneys, I believe. So it might be, unless that's for commercial use, I don't know. But
they've got new jeepneys as well. They've got those blue ones. Have you seen the new ones? They look more like just vans. Or minibus sort of van looking things.
Jeepneys are going out of commission, then there should be a load going on sale, right?
Oh shit!
We haven't travelled anywhere last year. You know, saving money. We can just invest in a jeepney. We could
probably do that, even if we just hire one.
Oh, mate,
that sounds doable to me. And even just driving a jeepney in itself, that's like one video. Just drive the jeepney, because we're also on the other side of the road. Just learning to drive in the Philippines is a video in itself. Let alone a fucking jeepney. That just makes it viral.
I can't imagine driving around Manila. Traffic's insane. Neither. Although I suppose the good thing about it is no one's going fast, so you'll be able to not crash, hopefully.
Oh yeah, because I get kind of pissed off here when I'm driving in Australia. People just, like, when they're turning, when they go to turn, I was ranting about this the other day, when people go to turn right, they will move to the left. It pisses me off because then when they move to the left, I can't drive around them. So they're going to turn right, they move over to the left, and that leaves me no gap to go around, and then they turn right. And it's happened so many times within the last couple of months.
Is this in like on roundabouts or something?
No, just right in general. I'm just why are people doing this? I never noticed it until like the last couple of months. I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Don't know how to drive, and then I'm comparing it to people in the Philippines. Like, I've never seen an accident in the Philippines.
That's a good point, actually. It's probably one of the best places to try and learn to drive, isn't it? Because you've got so much traffic, so much going on, so much chaos.
Yeah.
It seems. But everyone, as long as there's a gap, I think that's one thing as well I've noticed, that you can't, like over here, if someone cuts you up, there's a lot of road rage going on. But over there, because you're expecting like any gap that's left to be filled, whether there's a lane there or not, it's just part of life, isn't it?
Yeah.
You kind of expect it. And I suppose you'd have fewer accidents as well.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like, I think there's been like a few near misses, but yeah, no accidents. Never seen one single accident.
Yeah.
But yeah, just learning to drive over there in the traffic and on the other side of the car and road. Because
I'd be okay with that.
You're okay with that? You've done that before?
Yeah, all of Europe is right-hand side driving. It's only England that, but the UK is left-hand. It's a bit bizarre, but then, yeah, it's easy. I mean, the one that gets me is when you're driving in like your own vehicle, so you're on your side of the car that you are anyway, and then you drive on the opposite side of the road. It kind of gets a bit confusing because it is your own car. You know, you get into it, you drive across, and you're like, okay, now I've got to drive on that side of the road.
Yeah.
It's just a bit of a strange one. But actually, the left-hand drives are weird too if you're in a manual gearbox. Because instinctively, you want to change gear with your left hand, and all you're going to do is smash the door.
Yeah, true. But I think we should keep that in mind, that idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah, and now we're saying this, I'm wondering whether someone beat us to it.
But they're not us, though. They're not us. They may have already done it. They can't do it like us.
We are stupid enough to do that, aren't we?
We would make it like an entirely different sort of series or just video content. It'll be way different.
Jeepney Travels.
Mate, we got to do that now. I'm actually going to write that down on my notepad.
I can just imagine now just my wife hearing this back and just basically tying me down to the house.
See, that's why
because it's like you go, okay, God knows how much it's going to cost, but there's the finance aspect of it, there's the time aspect of it, there's just so much I have to up sticks and do.
We're rock stars, mate. We'll figure it out.
It is like a second life out in the Philippines, I would admit that.
Yeah.
And it feels weird actually because I'm hoping to go back this year. Whether that happens, I'm not sure, but originally it was going to just sort of be me and John.
Yeah. The brother
going
John.
across there. And then I said, Rach, you need to come. It's going to be, you can't just stay here for Penny's. Penny's got grandparents, they can look after it. You okay just to leave her for a week? It's fine. And then when she sort of kind of accepted the fact that actually, I'll maybe I will go. And then a part of me was like, this is my trip. This is my country. This is where I go. This is my fun.
I mean, there could always be another time, like. That's the thing.
But that's just it. It's like, well, when do you do that? Because so much.
See, that's the part you need to figure out.
That can happen.
You need to figure that out. Because as soon as we're able to travel, mate, I'm out of here. I'm over there.
Look, 7 years' time, I'm literally 40 years old, so I'll hit my midlife crisis. I think that's an acceptable time to try this out. Oh, we should have had some beers for this, shouldn't we?
I know, that would have been good, actually. I actually think I had some
a bit
beers.
of Red Horse. I don't have any Red Horse here unless I go to like a special supermarket, probably in London.
You can get Red Horse there.
I think so.
I know you said
had it in a restaurant.
I saw it in the vlogs, but I wasn't sure if that was like specially imported. When you went to those festivals?
We couldn't have any Red Horse there, but I think some of the guys did. I think you can get them, but I think you have to go to specialist places. I don't know if there's one in Birmingham. I'll have to look into it. I've still not went to Jollibee yet. Jollibee opened in London like 2-3 years ago, and I still haven't been. But then I haven't been to London either, so I really want to go.
I mean, I
want to see if it tastes the same.
Yeah, I mean, if I had a Jollibee here in Australia, I'd be there. Obviously, if there was no pandemic. Even just to see the difference.
I mean, it's commitment again, isn't it? Like, speaking of Johnny's just sent me a photo. Sorry, going off subject there. But that's, again, the commitment that there are so many vloggers / reactors who were doing the same sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But only a small handful of us are, so committed to the channel and to our audience to do the stuff that we do. Like if there was, like a Jollibee in Sydney, for example, I could expect you to fork out all that flight money to fly from Perth all the way over just to try Jollibee.
Yeah,
in the same way that I travel all the way to the Philippines just to watch a concert.
Yeah.
No people in their right mind would do that.
They don't. They're not us.
You went to Rome. You went all the way to Italy. All that money spent, mate. I can't imagine for like 4 or 5 days.
I know.
Are you fucked? I don't know how you
and I went to work the following
day.
day. I was just like, hey, what the fuck is wrong with me? Especially with how that trip turned out. Like, we were prepared. We were kind of prepared, but we were hopeful for the, best case scenario.
Yeah, the best case was just so good. It just spun on its head, didn't it? I can't believe we did that.
I know.
I can't believe you did it either.
I didn't want to miss out, Dan. I was like, you're going to be there. I want to fucking be there too.
That was the last time I went on a plane as well. My last trip, my last proper trip was a little bit salty.
Yeah. I mean, my last trip was not long after that. I went to Sydney for a couple of days and that was it. Last time I was on a plane. That was literally right before COVID as well.
Didn't you do New Zealand as well?
Oh, yeah.
Or was that the year before?
That was, that was 2 months before Sydney.
Right. Okay. So then you did Sydney. No, can't wait for travel to be reopened again.
Yeah, Italy was your last time. No wonder you've been a bit mad lately.
Yeah, I did do a road trip around France and Switzerland, but it's not really the same when you're driving. I bought a brand new car in March last year, and it's done about 4,500 miles, 3,000 of which was just that trip. 2.5 weeks, I clocked up 3,000 miles. It's mad. Yeah.
You also had an accident, right?
Oh.
Sorry.
It's still sore.
I had a good laugh at that.
I'm fuming. I was in an underground car park and it was the second day of the trip as well. That's the most annoying part. I'd driven all that fucking way to France and I ended up parked next to one of those concrete pillars, but around the pillar was this metal sort of cage to stop people crashing into the concrete pillar and screwing the structure, I guess. I hit the metal pillar. I mean, it doesn't really do it justice, but you can kind of tell.
Oh, no, that would have done me. I would have been salty for the rest of the trip.
I mean, I did take a picture, filmed it at the time. There was loads of red paint from the metal cage thing as well, just like scraped right across the door. And I was just like, fuck. I was fuming. Do you know what? I'm taking it to a garage on Wednesday coming. It's going to cost me £600.
Oh, mate.
I don't have £600.
Oh, you don't?
I've just spent a fortune on Penny's, because Penny's turning 1 next week. I've spent a fortune on her present.
Oh, bloody hell.
So I'm just like, yeah, can't wait for payday now. Maybe I should do some YouTube videos and get some extra pocket.
Oh, yeah, if you want to,
We know that's not going to work because YouTube doesn't really pay much.
Unless you start a new channel, then.
Yeah. I did think about starting a new channel and going on a bit of a rantage. See what I did there? And I'll see you next week.
It's not a bad idea, though. Starting up another channel. Try a different audience. Yeah. Like, I'm not thinking about, I started a TikTok account. I haven't posted anything yet, but I've noticed a lot of people growing ridiculously on there. It's not really like content that'll take a while to do. It's like, you can pretty much do it within a few minutes if you've got the idea. And you can pretty much go viral.
That's the problem, isn't it? It's
the idea.
Yeah, it's the idea, isn't it? I mean, I have a TikTok account. I had it probably mid last year.
Oh, you do?
Exactly. You didn't know. I don't use it. I don't think have I posted something?
Does anyone know that it exists, though? Do you have followers? I've got 2.
I don't know. Let me get it up. TikTok.
I'm actually shocked because...
Mom, I've got another one.
I don't like that about the app, how it just randomly plays someone's content as soon as you open it.
Yeah. Hang on.
That means
I might have deleted it.
That means you can actually do the video that I tagged you in.
Yes.
You could do that.
Yeah, I haven't watched it though, I'll be honest.
No, I haven't watched it either.
Log in with Google. I hate when it asks you to log in with like one of these apps. It's like, I'm sure I would have logged in with one of them, but I can't remember which. Oh wait, I've got 1 follower.
What's your handle? What's your handle, Dan?
Have a guess, Shay.
EAP Films. Official. Oh, yeah. Do you have a follower?
I've got 380 views though. I didn't know I had.
There you go. You got 2 followers now, Dan.
Hey.
But yeah.
How do I rewind that? This is what I got, guys, in case you're wondering.
Oh. I'm surprised it didn't go viral, Dan.
Yeah, well, I find it difficult to use if I'm honest. I'm a bit old when it comes to these sort of
I was thinking the same
TikTok
thing. I'm
things.
like, how do you use this app? How are you supposed to make content on this?
Yeah, there's people who make like I don't know whether you saw Isabel's video lately where she's had like her hair and her clothing is like normal, and then she sort of like shakes her head in front of it, And when the head comes back, her hair's all different color. And in terms of like cutting together things like that, it's pretty cool. But I'm just like, how do you do that? I kind of assumed there'd be like a feature like with Boomerang on Instagram or something. There'd be something where you'd kind of activate it and you do something. Yeah,
That's
but
weird,
I don't think you do. I think you have to manually like pause and cut it. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I envy those who use the app, to be honest. I haven't got a clue how to use it.
Surely you would record it, save it for later, so then you don't have to stay within that same post or whatever you're trying to create.
Yeah. But again, you know, from in my background, because although I should probably be catching up on more modern stuff, but in terms of, because of my career and stuff, I do a lot of editing using Adobe on my phone as well when it comes to phone vlogs.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that most people won't use that. So either they use a different editing app or it's all kind of built into TikTok and they kind of use that to edit and stitch together. I don't know.
I have to play around with it.
Blows my mind.
But yeah, I've just noticed that there's a lot of people that I know that have a ridiculous following on there and they're just dancing. Some of them do like motivational videos.
Yeah.
Like sort of stuff. So that's why I kind of came up with the whole relationship advice. So I feel like even though I'm somewhat lacking at the moment, I think I can give out some decent advice. Surely.
Well, I don't know. It depends on the kind of advice you want to give, to be honest. Yeah. What kind of advice do you give then? Who's come up to you and asked for advice?
Oh, no one's actually
I'm guessing
asked me for advice. But I feel like over the years I've given, some of my friends some solid advice. I like to think so.
Yeah, like the time you said just ditch them and get over to the Philippines. I don't know if you said that or not.
Yeah, but life's too short then. You see what I'm saying? So it kind of goes hand in hand. You kind of have to choose.
Yeah, I know. You're such a bad influence.
Just balance,
Speaking of relationships and advice,
yes.
How are things with yourself? I know you've been catching the eye of a few of the ladies.
Oh, I just have a history of that, Dan, Sometimes you just can't help yourself. And just the whole, rock star appeal, sometimes I have
primal instinct, isn't it?
Sometimes I have to push them away. Like, I'm not ready for it right now.
With a broom handle.
But yeah,
social distance.
I don't know how to answer that. Let's just say we're getting there. Because I've read some comments, people telling me to hurry up.
Life's too short, Shay.
Life's too short. Yeah, see, it comes back to bite me in the ass.
That's karma.
But at the same time, I don't share everything. If there is something,
we wouldn't expect you to either.
Yeah, I wouldn't share it unless it was like this is happening right now.
Yeah, like, you want to frighten them off, especially if they know about your channel and they want to catch up on a few videos, and suddenly you're there going, "Oh yeah, this girl, blah blah blah."
Yeah,
yeah.
No, I don't usually bring it up if I can help it, but it's kind of unavoidable when they start asking for like Instagram, Facebook. I'm like, fuck it. It's all over my social media. You can't miss it.
Yeah.
So that's when it's like, then I have to like bring it up, talk about it. I'm just like, it's just something I like to do in my spare time. That's
kind of, I suppose in a way, why I have different Facebook accounts. Like I think I post relatively frequently. I mean, I could be better, I suppose, but all my Facebook stuff is on my EAP Films official page.
And you're verified.
And to me, I'm on to Facebook. Am I verified? I can't remember.
You are.
I don't think I'm on Instagram. The two are linked. They should verify me now. Anyway, but my personal Facebook, I post really far and few between. I mean, I can't, apart from, I think when Maria sent me the video message just the other day.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember the last time I posted my personal.
I'm pretty much the same on my personal account. Actually, both accounts don't really post.
Well, yeah, I mean, I kind of post more to Instagram, but it simultaneously posts to my Facebook page and Twitter as well. I'm annoyed, actually, speaking of posting simultaneously. YouTube removed a feature, probably last year, where if you uploaded a video, it would also post to Twitter. That's now gone.
Oh.
And I fucking hate that because most of the artists that I react to have seen my stuff because of Twitter and that link. Meeting Jona, that came from Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
Regine came from Twitter.
I've actually never done that.
And so
from Facebook to Twitter. It's usually Instagram to Twitter or YouTube to Twitter. I've never done the whole Facebook.
No, but YouTube's lost, well, at least for me anyway, it's lost that Twitter.
Wait, you're saying
direct upload?
Oh.
Yeah. So on YouTube, on the upload on YouTube, it's not on, you can't post to Twitter at the same time. You have to
do it,
manually share it, and it's just one more step that I just can't be bothered. But I really feel like I should, you know.
Yeah, it's just automatic. Like as soon as I've got a video like premiering, or if I've just posted it without the premiere, I just quickly share it. Just make sure everything's open.
Do you leave a comment, or do you just literally drop the link?
Just share. I ain't got time to write.
Maybe I should just do that.
Because then it's just a couple of seconds.
Well, yeah, it's just that. Yeah,
but it's the extra step. You have to also remember to do it.
Oh well, it's one more step, isn't it? We've got to keep doing. It'd be a nice one that you can just press one button and it just do everything. TikTok as well.
Actually, I think there is an app for that, like schedule stuff and then like post it out through an actual app.
Yeah, there's one called Hootsuite which does a similar thing. It'll sign in as, you know, your Instagram, Twitter, whatever, and you just post one thing and it just does it all as well.
Oh yeah.
But that's still that extra step you got to make beyond YouTube. I want to go into YouTube, upload a video, and it just kind of does it for me.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I even thought about hiring someone just to
do that,
to take on the admin role. Well, not just that, but like take on the editing of my videos.
Oh yeah.
To post them, share them, and you know, respond to comments as well. But it's just not the same, is it? No. You kind of want to read them yourself and take control over that. Maybe when the channel gets bigger, I don't know.
When the channel gets bigger.
If it gets bigger.
You know, you're doubting yourself by using if. When.
I remember when I started the channel, actually, getting to 1,000 subscribers was like a massive achievement. And then I look back at it and think, well, I can do that in a couple of weeks now. Because I have done it in a couple of weeks. It's mad. And that's even with fewer uploads than normal as well.
Sometimes I notice the channel actually grows quicker when you don't upload. Sometimes when I upload, I lose subscribers. I mean, it's been like that for years now. It's been like that for years.
Yeah.
It's just as soon as you upload, it drops a few. And then
it's that guy again.
Yeah,
that guy. Unsubscribe.
Because people are fickle. They're like, they see you like, I haven't watched you in so long. Unsubscribe.
Yeah.
I've done that before though. A few channels.
I actually went through the channels that I subscribed to, and I called a lot as well. I was like, I don't even know why I subscribe. I don't know who even are you? Unsubscribe. I think I'm left with like just a small handful, really. Yeah. Have you seen? You can cut this out of the podcast if you want. Have you seen the latest photos of Morissette?
No.
I'll have to show you them because
I'm gonna just say this.
I'm
gonna say this in the podcast because it'll probably bring the most views, wouldn't it? But I literally don't follow anything she does. I haven't for a long time, and that's just for obvious reasons. You know, I'm not trying to get up or people's business. You know. It is what it is.
So do you know she's engaged?
Yes, I know.
Okay.
Are we talking about this stuff? Because this is going to get a lot of views, Dan. You already know it based on the title.
Well, I'm all for...
It's not a bad call on your behalf, bringing this up. Because this didn't even cross my mind to even talk about any of this.
I know, but this is you, when we get together, lads on tour.
Yeah.
Look, there's a picture she shared.
You actually going to show me the picture? Because it looks like you're looking at the picture right now.
These pictures have been around for a number of months now.
Is this picture going to piss me off, Dan?
No, I don't think so. It might make you feel a little warm and fuzzy on the inside and probably break your heart a little bit.
Oh, yeah. It's a nice photo.
I think there's a few more photos like that as well, but it's from the same shoot, and I'm just looking at it thinking she is absolutely gorgeous.
Are we shipping Maury Dan, are we? Is that what you're saying?
Nah. That's never going to happen, right?
What's that?
It's never going to happen.
Mate, you've probably got more of a chance than me. That's all I'm saying.
Well, only because I follow her. That's like one more step beyond you.
See, I feel like you've just gone and opened up a can of worms, Dan, with this topic, because I'm already imagining the comments now. I wouldn't even be surprised if they both watch this video. Cause like, wait, what? Shay? Is he talking about me right now? I'm like, it's fucking Dan.
They got better things to do with their time than watch us talk about them.
True.
But yeah, they got engaged. So congrats to them, I guess.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I'm happy for them, Dan.
I also, I'm going to assume that you haven't seen her newest single, Love You Still.
I'm afraid I haven't. Should I be watching this, Dan?
No,
see, now you've asked me this question, right? And everyone's going to be like, well, why haven't you seen it? Is it because she's engaged? Like, I'm gonna get these sorts of questions. So we've kind of just...
Well, that's fine. It creates engagement to our viewers.
Yeah, but I also promised on my channel I'd never talk about this again.
Then don't post this on your channel.
Very good call. I don't have to read none of the comments.
Yeah,
I have to edit this.
But the song is about her dad, because you know about the
I know all about that.
bust up and stuff. So
I feel like I know a little bit
it's
too
kind
much
of like
about that.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen anything about that.
There's a lot of people who got involved in that, didn't they? Like Twitter just exploded with comments and stuff.
Bit too up in private business.
I know, yeah.
Like, what are you guys doing, man? And you guys were getting on my case about saying certain things, and you're going to get in the father-daughter relationship. I'm like, oh, no, you got to stay out of that one. I think she even lost a few fans because of it. That's like how in their face they get.
Oh my God.
As I had to kind of like separate myself from everyone, the fans, like certain fans. I'm like, I can't be doing that.
There's a time and a place, isn't there? And that's just not...
People get obsessive,
There's
though,
certain things you don't get involved with.
Yeah, I know that sounds a bit rich coming from me,
passionate.
but people get obsessive over the idols. So
I think some people, not so much in the Philippines, but just generally in the world, some people can get so passionate about their idols that they... I'd swear it's on the verge of mental illness.
Yeah, not wrong.
Because it starts to affect what they do, their behaviour. They get a bit, stalkerish about things. It's like you need to identify that a bit earlier on and cut yourself from that.
I could have been borderline that at one point, but I wasn't coming from a fan perspective. That's why I don't really see it like that.
Yeah.
That wasn't my direction. It kind of started out that way.
It's weird because only you know your mindset and you know your direction.
You can't explain it.
Exactly. So people only see what you put out there. So maybe for some they might disagree with that, but you don't know. You don't know what went on.
I was so shocked that you brought this up. I don't mind talking.
I don't know what made me think of it now. Actually, I don't know what made me think of it.
So you're saying that the song was about that?
It's like a message to her dad. Love you still, But it was written by Maury and by. Whose name is
Mr. Maury. Okay, so if there's a song out there to do with that, it makes you wonder if they have contact,
They don't. I think that's kind of the reason for it.
I mean, I'm friends with Mr. Sermon on...
Dave Lamar, that's the guy. Sorry, Dave and... sorry, I knew his name. I was like, oh, what is it? Yeah, so Dave and Maury wrote the song, obviously performed by Morissette, produced by both of them and... somebody else who I don't know. There's like a whole music video about it.
Oh, okay. Oh, so can you actually tell that that's what it's about from the video? Or do you just kind of have to just know?
Yeah, I think... okay, this is where things crumble for me now. I think when I watched the video, I can't remember whether I realised that or not, because I had a lot of comments in the weeks later saying that it's about her father. So maybe I didn't get that straight away. But when you're on reflection, if you know they're going into it, then obviously it's pretty obvious.
Yeah. See, based on the title, I probably wouldn't.
No, I think my initial suspicion was that it's about...
Me? Nah, just
this guy. I think it was just about a lost love or something.
True. Yeah, just like a love song that's not really about anyone. Just
like a breakup type thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I was just too captivated with the visual. This guy. I was so captivated with the way it's shot because I'm obviously from a filmmaking background. That's kind of what I was looking at. So I was probably more looking at for that sort of thing than listening to the lyrics as such.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You probably wish that you had done it yourself, right, Dan? Because you've been trying to shoot.
Yeah, I've been trying to shoot videos for these artists for fucking years now.
Mate, I don't know what you have to do. Just kind of running out of ideas with this whole reaching out business.
I think I might get into porn,
Show
people what they're missing.
Easy money.
Oh, here's a story for you. So I was chatting to my colleague at work and she was saying that her friends, distant friends now, they're a couple and they use OnlyFans for doing a lot of like sex shows to their subscribers.
It's mad, eh?
And I was like, isn't that weird for you? She was like, I'd never watched their stuff and she doesn't really speak to them there.
Do they show their face though? Some people don't.
I don't know. I never asked. I never.
This is just what I've heard. I haven't seen any.
I don't know. But it makes you think, if you can post anonymously and it's never going to come back to you, like if your background's very neutral, you don't have any birthmarks or
tattoos,
any weird shit that I could identify, why not?
Why not, Dan?
I got a lot of love to give. What can I say?
I'm sure you have a lot more other things to give, Dan. You could have like a special, for your subscribers, for the loyal and dedicated viewers.
Well, the thing is, we know that some of these viewers who are those dedicated fans are in the older category.
Oh,
so it might give them a heart attack.
Oh, this guy.
Or they're male.
I mean, at the end of the day, Dan, as long as you're getting paid, I don't think it matters.
Get paid to get laid.
I can actually see you doing it, though. I wouldn't want to see you do it. I'm just saying I could.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
We don't want to see that. Well, that turned a corner.
Yeah, how did we get from that subject to OnlyFans?
From Morissette to private sex videos.
Okay, while we're talking about that subject, seeing as you've already brought it up, is there anything else you want to ask me, Dan? Or anything that anyone could possibly want to know? Because we've already pretty much gone there.
I don't know. I feel like we should do a poll and ask people for questions for the next podcast.
Oh, God.
And then we can address these questions. So, guys, if you have any questions for me or Shay,
Oh, God.
Nothing is off topic. Anything. Ask anything you want, and we'll either answer it or we won't answer it.
Well, nothing's
But
off topic now. Like, I thought there was, I'm an open book. So
anything goes. This is an
questions.
honest and open discussion.
Yeah, nothing to hide.
So do leave your questions in the comments below, and we'll see what we can do.
We're just talking. Two blokes talking.
Yeah. So Philippines.
Yes.
When are you thinking, if a pandemic aside, what's your ideal time to go back, and what would you want to do?
Oh, Nick's plane out of here. Like, seriously. Also,
soon then.
Yeah, I mean, also the price as well, I guess. Flights are going to go up ridiculous. I feel like I know ahead of time, maybe if I can get in maybe 2 weeks notice at the latest, then I'll probably go that soon. Yeah,
I wish I could do that. I'm a bit annoyed because I was supposed to be traveling to Iceland in April, and that's probably going to be cancelled. Even if we get out of lockdown, sort of March time, they're saying that the current rules are if you travel into Iceland, you've got to take a test on arrival.
Oh, yeah.
And then you've got to quarantine for, I think it's 5 or 6 days, and then you get another test, and then you wait for your results. So, I'm there for 2.5 weeks, so effectively I've lost a week just waiting around for a result. Yeah. So it doesn't really seem worth doing, does it? And I'm kind of stuck with my annual leave, so I can maybe move it a week or two.
That sucks the way that you can't the time, change it.
Yeah, because last year everyone waited to the end of the year to book their holidays, and it meant that the company had lots of people off work, and it just made it quite difficult to operate. So they're saying for this year anyway, if you've committed to it, you've really got to try and stick to it. So I'm kind of if I don't go to Iceland.
The thing is, it's kind of backfired on you because you've always been the type to plan like almost too far ahead compared to how I plan is more last minute side.
Yeah, I mean, if I can, especially if I'm looking forward to something like, for example, the Philippines, if I'm going, right, I really want to go to the Philippines, I want to do all this crazy shit.
Yeah.
So I need to book this stuff. So when can I go? And I look at different times, and I think most times I go to I think with the exception of the first trip, the last couple of times, I've booked it 11 months in advance because that's the earliest I could book the flights. As soon as the flights are right, I booked them. Accommodation's not too bad. Accommodation's pretty quick to get, and it's quite accessible. There's lots and lots of places you can book, so it's easy.
I mean, it's like our last trip to the Philippines, literally the night before. When I was at work, I wasn't even sure if I was going. And I literally booked them in the accommodation as well.
And you were doing the Wish Awards, and you still hadn't got anywhere to stay, and you still hadn't booked your flight. And you were expected at the event.
I was expected.
You knew it or not.
Yeah, I was expected. I feel like, that's just the way to do it. Oh, that's how I like to do things anyway. Last minute.
See, I panic too much because I worry about the price just rocketing.
Yeah.
Or more to the point, not getting a seat on the plane.
Yeah.
Because then that really
just worked out, that whole trip just worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
I still look back on that, like the whole Wish Awards thing. Especially the vlog. I'm just looking at it, I'm just like, man, we should have did that stuff. From this to that.
I was watching the vlogs this week, actually, just flicking through bits, it's mad. And I suppose the one thing I would change of our last trip is if I was able to get to meet Queen Regine, would have been to meet her in ASAP.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was the one thing I really wanted, that redemption, and I never got that. And I still haven't got it.
Yeah, I wanted to witness that too. Oh. The thing is, we had an opportunity, but we didn't do it. Because we weren't trying to be rude and all up in people's face.
Yeah, again, it's being respectful, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I worry sometimes that people might see us as shoving cameras in faces. I still feel guilty just going up to people with the camera. But there is no other way you can really do that unless you plan an event or something.
That's the thing, it's not just approaching them, it's approaching them with a camera. Because with vloggers, we have to capture these sorts of things. These are like the important parts of what we do.
Yeah.
So it's either you do it or you
if it's
don't
not
do it.
If it's not on camera, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now that I'm thinking back, maybe we should have just done it and then been looked at as rude or whatever. At least we would have had that. Would have done it.
We should have climbed up on stage during the recording section, televised. So they would probably re-recorded it, wouldn't they? Because they redid Regine's song, I think, twice, because I think maybe her voice broke a little bit, I think, during the last chorus or something.
I remember that, yeah.
So they retook that. So they probably just re-recorded it.
I didn't realise they did that, I thought it was just, one hit.
Yeah. I guess they can, if they try, they'll try to do it with one take if they can, I suppose. I mean, like if it was like in Rome, for example, that was just a concert. So if anyone faltered then they'd have to just live with that.
I was thinking about that.
Just mentioning Rome, it just brings it all back, doesn't it?
Not just that, I uploaded my performances.
Oh, and you got in trouble for that.
Yeah, I got in trouble with that. I had the ASAP official Instagram account DM me. I think it was like one of the directors asking me like, did I have permission? All this blah, blah, blah. I'm like, mate, I've recorded this stuff. Obviously, I don't have access to it. And I didn't know it was going to be aired on TV. Because did I upload it a bit early?
Yeah, it was before it was televised.
The thing is...
You plastered about 5-6 different videos.
Yeah, but the thing is, people were uploading performances too. It's just that mine happened and they weren't getting blocked. I pointed this out. Why aren't you blocking these other performances? Because I could search the same performances. There was recordings everywhere. So I'm like, why is mine the only ones getting blocked? And I think it had something to do with the quality as well.
Yeah, I think if you're recording good sound and good picture, I mean, it's almost as good as theirs.
I actually think one of my recordings of Jona, Morissette, Regine was actually better than the TV version. I feel like it was better. Because you honestly felt like you're there rather than watching the TV version. So I recorded pretty much the whole thing in one hit.
Have you tried uploading it since?
Nah. They blocked maybe like 10 videos. And then there was like a few more they hadn't blocked, so I just deleted them anyway. In case they ended up handing out strikes and all this.
It's tough, eh?
No, I did get a strike. I'm pretty sure I got a strike for that one. But they only gave me one across all the videos that they blocked. So no, I still got a strike. Yes, because I messaged them saying, I just want the copyright strike removed. And I'll remove the rest of the videos. And then they were just playing stupid, and I was like, I don't have fucking time for this. And I'm following the account. Yeah, I'm not on the best terms with ABS-CBN. I mean, they could have just asked me to take them down. I would have taken them down. I mean, the thing I didn't understand is why they messaged me after they already striked the channel. Because I thought
try and approach someone first.
Yeah. I thought they were reaching out to me to take the rest down, and then they'll take down the copyright strike. No, they just wanted some answers. What's the fucking point? You've already struck the channel. You can technically take down the rest of the videos. We don't even have to have this conversation.
Yeah.
So they kind of pissed me off even further after that message.
Oh.
And I had to wait the time for that copyright strike. I tried to dispute it. I
think I tried disputing one of the copyright when they blocked my video for, I don't know which performance it was now. And I thought I'd just try it anyway and try to, what do you call it, like appeal the decision. And no, none of it.
It's weird, no way. Like,
I've even still stood by that decision.
Yeah, ABS-CBN is one of probably the only company that I haven't beaten a strike against. I've been like the Grammys, Warner Brothers, some Chinese company, one of like their main media companies. Just ABS-CBN's the one company that won't let it go. Like, there's no reasoning with them. That's why I've kind of steered away from reacting to their videos. Purposely didn't react to their Christmas video.
Yeah, I've not seen that either.
Yeah.
It's a bit late now.
See it. I mean, it's nothing against the artist, though. I don't have an issue with the artist, it's just the company.
I think that's the sad thing, isn't it? Because a lot of our favourite artists are part of ABS-CBN.
ABS-CBN, yeah. That's the sad thing.
Yeah.
That's why when the whole ABS-CBN shut down, I honestly didn't feel anything when it was all happening, just based on my experience with them.
It was almost like karma, wasn't it? It was like,
I saw it as
you
karma,
treat us like shit, and then...
I was one of the few people that kind of had a decent reason for not really caring about it. Cared for the artist, didn't care for the company.
Yeah. I just feel bad that effectively no one knew what was going to happen, but essentially they could have all been out of work and that would have been awful for them. But we all knew that was never going to happen. They would never allow that to happen. Whether they change the format, change the name, or as in this case, I think recently they've actually televised a new ASAP, but it's on a different network, I think.
Oh, okay.
It's the same stage, everything's exactly the same. It's just on a different channel.
Yeah.
I think they got bought out or someone licensed it to this other company or whatever. I'm not really sure, to be honest, but there are ways around it, and I think I feel better for the artists in that respect, but I'm just sad that there are people who we personally met behind the scenes who made it more difficult for us, that these guys are still going to be knocking about.
I know. Then this is stuff that audience will never see.
It's a shame, guys. You have to be there to really appreciate the struggles we go through for creating content.
Yeah, we've done some ridiculous stuff just to capture the things that we have. And then
but it's never enough.
Yeah, it's never enough. It's just, can you react to such and such? React.
Yeah.
React. I'm just like, fuck me, mate.
This morning I woke up checking Facebook and I'd seen that a channel whose name I can't remember now had recently did an interview with Regine Velasquez.
Oh, yeah.
For 50 minutes. And I was like,
50 minutes.
What? 50 minutes? I was
they
like,
got
how
50
have you
minutes
had
of her time.
Yeah.
Her personal
How did this
time.
happen? No disrespect to the girls that interviewed her. Lucky for them, and I'm happy for them that they got that chance. But what happened to us? We've been doing this for like 5 years now. I have been all the way to the Philippines just to see her concert.
Me too.
I tried my ass off. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you also went to watch her concert as well, the Regine at the movies. There was the ASAP show. There was the upcoming Freedom concert. I was right in line, one of the first few to get VIP tickets. I'm buying all the expensive tickets because I want to get that experience.
Yeah.
I met her briefly once. I gave her a gift, which I wish I hadn't have given her. There was,
oh, you don't? Why is that?
We'll come back to that. There's me and Ogie as well, trying to form a bond there. But she follows me on Twitter. I have been reacting to hundreds of performances over her career.
That's insane.
I've been reacting to full albums that I own. There's 8 albums, I think it is. I just can't do really quickly. But 8 or 9 albums that I have that I'm going through each song. I'm the commitment that I'm putting into this, and I don't get a call back. I just feel like I've been stolen from the opportunity.
Yep, I definitely feel your pain. Because I'm also wondering, that's 50 minutes of your time. You technically, all you were after was like a minute of that. And you were right there. You were like a few feet away.
Anyway, the reason I come onto this with my mini rant over was despite that being such a monumental achievement for these girls who interviewed her, reading some of the comments, people are saying, can you interview Michael Pangilinan? Can you interview Morissette? It's like, it's never enough.
Yeah.
They can't just appreciate just having the content they have. They always want more.
Well, yeah.
But how do you top that? Regine surely is the top.
Yeah, I don't think there's much topping that. Not within Filipino music.
No, I don't think so.
It's kind of the top tier. You can only kind of, I don't want to say go down, but...
Yeah, I know what you mean. In the nicest possible way. It is sort of downhill, but in a...
50 minutes of her time.
50 minutes?
It's insane.
Practically an hour.
Of conversation.
And the annoying thing is, you read some of the comments. Just get off, I want to hear that. You read some of those comments. There's like 850 comments.
Whoever
this
channel is, they might stumble across this and they might have it sent to them. Do you want to?
Yeah. No, I don't really care. like I say, I'm nothing against the girls. I'm sure they... Nothing personal. Yeah. I'm sure they've done a great job, and quite rightly so. They've achieved something that none of us have really achieved. So I don't have any beef with the girls. I'm just having beef with the situation of the amount of commitment that we've put into going to the Philippines, doing all the shit we do, and not get anywhere.
Although I'm right there with you, I don't know if it's an achievement.
In what sense? Are you saying? What are you saying?
I don't know.
Is it not an achievement?
Is it an achievement though? I mean, it's great
I
that
think
they
so.
had that. That's considered an achievement to you.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to like downplay it. Like, that's amazing that they're able to do that, but I don't really see it as an achievement. Like, I don't know, maybe I cut this out, but I don't really see it as an achievement.
Are you thinking like awards and
awards is an achievement?
So in terms of achievement, you're thinking like
Because
gaining from it.
Because they've had a conversation. I just don't see it as an achievement, even if it's with someone like Regine. I'll say it's a highlight.
Yeah. Maybe I haven't used the right word then, but I'm still standing by achievement for now.
I'm only mentioning this because I notice a lot of people would call it an achievement. I've seen viewers in my comment section like call certain things like achievements. I'm like, I don't know if I'd class this as an achievement, like things that I've done on the channel. Attending a concert sort of thing, like meeting such and such. Like they just say that's an achievement. I don't think it's an achievement. It's a fucking highlight.
Yeah.
I don't know why I felt the need to bring this up.
From.
Yeah, I don't know why I felt the need to bring this up, but this is on my mind.
But whatever it is, they've still done it, and
I
still feel robbed a bit from that opportunity. You know, Regine is kind of like the be all and end all of my channel. It's kind of what kickstarted it. I've had a lot of people join the channel for it. I've reacted to hundreds of videos.
All right.
And I just feel like after all that, don't forget,
as well.
This charity album I'm trying to do, I've been trying to get Regine on the album for nearly 2 years now, well, actually over 2 years now, and I still haven't got anything, which I was not expecting to anyway. I mean, it is Regine, but it's still, you don't get a word from anybody, management, nothing.
But you compare that to the 50 minutes that someone else got. Not that I'm saying that we're entitled to, anything. I don't feel entitled, but just when you're comparing it, like, she probably could have laid some vocals down in less time than that.
On one of her albums, she sang one of the songs in one take. Yeah. So that's only going to cost, but, time-wise, it's only going to be, let's say, half an hour. Yeah, and time to turn up, and warm up, sing,
and obviously there's
leave.
A lot of other stuff that goes into doing it, like the whole business side sort of thing, but just the whole process of just doing a recording. I
suppose the biggest head scratcher for me wasn't so much how they managed to have the hour with her. It's why. I don't understand the why. Like, I know in their description box they talked about the concert, so you could argue that it's a bit of a promotion thing. Like, you get a chat show host talking about an upcoming, project of theirs. But why they would pick two girls from America to do it? It's like, everyone knows Regine's got a concert. She's been plastering all her social media the last 3-4 weeks, so it's nothing new. So I just don't understand the why.
I don't know.
There's definitely a personal gain for Regine because she's already top of her game.
Yeah. And her audience is bigger than a lot of us combined. Like, she didn't really need the promo when you think about it. She's got enough of a following to just do it all through her social media. So, yeah, it does leave the question, why? And
that's the bit I'm struggling to process. I mean, from the brief... I went through at the time I accessed the video, I did look pretty much every single comment, all 850 of them. I did skim read the threads, but I was trying to find out if they'd responded to someone who asked, because a lot of people were asking how, and all I could find was a good friend of theirs got involved. I don't know who that is, what the relationship is between them two or with Regine. I don't know how. But the other thing as well, in the comments section, people were saying, like I said, can you do an interview with Morissette? Can you do an interview with KZ and all these other names?
Yeah.
And then some people were saying, you're like the first non-Filipino reactor vloggers who have interviewed someone famous. And I was like, have they not noticed any of our videos? I had a chat with Maury for like half an hour. You've met her stacks of times and probably more than half an hour combined anyway. We did the awards. I spent the day with Jona and sang with Jona.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not a small... That's a pretty big deal, I think, especially for me. I don't sing anyway.
Just sitting opposite the table. It was like we're on a date or something. Mad.
Exactly.
You know what's funny? I think it was well over a year ago. I ended up making a Morissette channel, right? Just to dump her videos. So, because I noticed a lot of them were getting blocked. Wish was taking them down, her performances. But I already had the original files downloaded. And I noticed a lot of fans were like, in my comments, like, such and such got taken down, so I come to watch this one. But I didn't want to upload them to my channel. I don't want to like make a habit of just uploading her stuff to my channel. So I just made a random account, called it like a Morissette, so I look like a fan account. I posted 3 videos on there that Wish took down, and the channel's got like 7.2k subscribers. Yeah, it recently came up in my recommendations. I can't even remember the login for it. I haven't logged in since I posted it.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, and one of the videos was Masalito and Morissette, because I know it got taken down. So I was like, fuck, I've still got that video. I'll chuck it up for the fans. They don't even have to know it's me. I haven't signed in since. It's got like over 100k views. Or was it 200 or something ridiculous? Just the name itself gets views. Ridiculous.
And then we can say goodbye to our YouTube careers then.
I know. I'm a bit cautious about the whole ABS-CBN topic, but what are they going to do for me anyway? The only downside is that some of the artists that I want on the label, or they fall under ABS-CBN. Because I know there's like sub-labels and...
They got like Star Music and Star Cinema for movies and that. So I don't know. Might have to look into that.
Goodbye.
Well, you just have to weigh up whether it's a likelihood of it going to happen. Because if it's never going to happen, you might as well just be like, well,
the thing
fuck
is,
them anyway.
Once it goes out, it definitely won't happen. Because you know they kind of did Daryl Ong dirty. Did you hear about that?
No.
Was it Daryl Ong? There was something about a live recording. I think it was between him and Bagoy. It was a little while ago, and I don't think what he said was all that bad. Like he was just like speaking his mind. I don't even know where the recording came from, to be honest. I'm pretty sure they blacklisted him, like just distanced themselves from him, like cut ties, like completely. And because there was one point where Daryl Ong was live streaming. I think he was talking about it, but it was all in Tagalog, so couldn't really make out what was going on. He still showed love to ABS-CBN after they did it. Like Tim was all love. He's just thanking them for like the opportunity and all that. That further makes me not like them. Just little things like that. I think they kind of used Daryl Ong not in the right sort of way. Like when it comes to his singing career, like I feel like he's made more of a career for himself than they ever did. I mean, I know he started out on I think it was like a singing show. I think a lot of these artists start out on singing shows. Yeah,
even Regine did.
Oh, really?
Asia Song Contest 1980.
Hey, you know a lot of stuff, hey? I don't really know.
9, I want to say. But yeah, Jona came from it as well. Maury, I think, did Maury say?
It was the Voice.
I can't remember. Yeah, oh yeah.
The thing is, the person she lost against, right? The guy that she lost against on the show was actually meant to be doing a performance just down the road from my house. I was actually, I was going to go to it, but then it got cancelled because the COVID hit.
Yeah.
So I don't even think he made his way over here. But it's literally just down the road. It's called Casa Manila. It's like a local Philippine restaurant. Actually,
you got a Filipino restaurant?
Yeah. I've been there,
mate. Yeah. Why haven't you vlogged in there?
Oh yeah, I have vlogged there. I just haven't posted it.
Oh, yeah, you should.
Yeah, I worked with my. I don't know if you've watched my Perth vlogs where I've just been on the piss drinking. Like I got a Filipino mate. His name's Fred. He ended up leaving work and Perth to go pursue some sort of career in like the army sort of thing in Melbourne or Sydney or somewhere. I can't remember where exactly. And we ended up having a bit of a farewell dinner. We ended up having it at Casa Manila just because he's Filipino. And I was like, yeah, mate, that's content.
Amazing.
There's content. Had some halo. So
it
was good.
Oh, wow. Like I said, I need to Google it, but I've been to a Filipino restaurant in London and obviously the Barrio Fiesta as well. So I've had a lot of Filipino food here, but I want something that's fairly local. I'd love if there was a takeaway service for Filipino food, but there isn't currently, at least on the apps.
Yeah.
But that'd be amazing. I'd always go in there looking for something new to try.
Yeah.
I'd be getting my sizzling sisig.
Yeah.
I love the Tocino. Do you know what? I was watching the vlogs back from my season 2 and I had the bottle of Red Horse and I gave you a shout out and I was like, oh yeah, Shay, Red Horse.
I remember that.
Concerts, be awesome vibes, yeah.
Like the first vlog in our last trip. That's good times right there. That whole evening.
I couldn't use half of my footage from that night. Proposing to Almira and the other girls. Was it Selena? I was proposing to somebody.
I think you were proposing to all of them, yes. I hate to put that out there. Like, some footage just can't not be seen.
I still haven't watched the vlog that I was doing the karaoke.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know you posted it, and I remember at the time I said, I'm going to stop watching this now because I want to react to it. And I never got around to it, and I completely forgot about it. So I still haven't watched that video.
That's a few thousand views, you reacting to that. You can just say you're singing me reacting to covering Regine Velasquez in the Philippines or something. Like that's
in Tagalog.
In Tagalog. That's at least 7,000 views.
So chocolate milkshakes.
Chocolate milkshakes. Yeah.
We had a bit of an incident in Manila where I went to Mackey's, I think twice, looking for a chocky milkshake.
I remember.
Didn't get a chocky milkshake. Oh, devastated. Went to France last year. Went to Mackey's. And my wife ordered me a Coke. I went, you've got me a Coke! What's the matter with you? So I had a Coke. And then we went to Mackey's again at a different time. And I said, right, this time, I want a fucking chocolate milkshake, all right? So I sent that bitch in there. I'm joking. I love my wife. So I sent her in for a chocolate milkshake. She came back out with a Coke! Because they ran out of chocolate milkshake. In fact, I don't think they actually serve chocolate milkshake. They only did it in like a dessert, as like a dessert option, like a chocolate ice cream type thing. In like
I remember you saying this in the Philippines as well, exactly this.
Where do you get chocolate milkshakes from? The UK do it. I'm guessing you do it in Australia.
Pretty sure we do. Yeah,
pretty sure we do in America as well.
Even if we don't have
why?
Even if there's no chocolate milkshake, we'll have a frappe. Do you have those?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's as good as a chocolate milkshake.
It's like in Europe, they go, oh, well, we don't do chocolate milkshake. So I end up with just having to have Coke. Again. Oh, I cannot tell you how good I was.
That's a good
When
video.
I got home, I did order a Macca's. We had a takeaway because we're lazy bastards at that. And it's always touch and go because our Macca's is probably like about nearly 10 minutes away to drive. And even though it comes through Uber, it always gets here. It's always been on the cold side. It's never that great. And we always feel really shit after eating it. But we still do order because we hope that one day it might change. And it came out chocolate milkshake. And then, oh my God, it was so good. I loved it. It's so thick and chocolatey and creamy. It's just like a little bit of like an orgasm in a pot. It's just great.
Oh, you're giving me flashbacks of the drink. How you brought it up in the
was it an orange tango? No,
yeah,
it was the frozen orange one, wasn't it?
No, not that time when we did the videos with the whole being a reactor and you were talking about your little drink looking like certain white stuff.
Oh, spunk in a cup or something.
Yeah. Oh, I can't remember what it was.
little swimmers swimming around. Yeah, I can't remember the context of that now.
I'm sure there's a lot of other things that we were meant to talk about. It's kind of slipped my mind.
So maybe we could talk about Jones.
Do you miss her, Dan?
Do I miss Jona? I do a little bit, actually.
I know you do. I
do miss Jona. As I'm speaking, she's actually having a concert now on YouTube, which just shows the dedication to our channel that, we're committing to creating content. Because I know it'll be available to view at a later date, so I'm not missing out as such.
But you still feel like you are slightly, though.
Well, yeah, I'm not watching it as it happens. I'm going to be a bit delayed, that's all. But I do miss her a little bit, and I'm still trying to find a way to kind of meet her again. Because I said to a roadie, I was like, you know what, next time I come over, I need to treat you guys to something because, you had the day planned. I mean, I know she was doing stuff anyway, but it was like, dinner was on her. We went to the studio and did that duet, which I thought was just exceptional. So I need to return the favour.
That's also a good excuse to see her too. As a little shout. Did you end up sending your present to Jona, Dan?
Yeah, I bought her a lovely gift. Oh, it was beautiful. Lovely little quaint necklace.
Oh,
with a J written on it. It's a beautiful little thing. I took it with us to Rome to give it to her. Well, we all know how that turned out. So for the best part of last year, I held on to that present.
I too had a present. I held on
What did
to
you do
it
with yours?
for about.
What did you do?
I held on to it for about 2 months.
Only 2 months? Wow.
2 months.
You lost a lot of love very quickly.
No, it's not even that. Because I knew if I wasn't going to see her there, probably never going to see her anywhere. Is that a fair assumption to make, Dan?
I don't know. I mean, there might have been
Have
a
I
chance
seen her? Have I seen her since?
Fucking COVID happened since, mate. The whole world's been locked down. No one's going to see any bugger.
No, but I'm just saying. That was a good call on my behalf. And I actually thought about it. I'm like, maybe that wasn't meant to be for her, what I got. So
Look,
who did I end up giving it to?
I honestly can't remember.
So if I went to Sydney roughly 2 months later.
Oh, wasn't it Kirsten?
I ended up giving it to Kirsten. Because I didn't want to have that memory of seeing whatever I got for Jona and just constantly staring at it, because I'll still be fucking staring at it now. So it had to go. Had to give it to someone.
Well, it went to a nice home.
Yeah, I think it was meant to go to her too.
Yeah. I'm still a bit annoyed with my gift because I still really like the gift and I really wanted to give it to Jona. So
Yeah.
Another little.
I was kind of the same,
and that.
like, because I feel like Jona would have loved it as well. I think she would have worn what I had got at least a couple of times.
I still haven't seen Jona wear the necklace, but that's not to say she's never worn it. It's just she doesn't post that often on social, so who knows when she has worn it.
True. And to be fair, she's worn previous gifts. She has,
and I'm pretty sad, but I also like to keep a record of what she's worn of mine. I should probably rephrase that. When I see an artist wear something that I've bought, I take a screenshot because it's just nice to keep a record, isn't it? Yeah. And let's see what I have in my beautiful little collection.
I used to be the same. I used to keep, little photos here and there, but those have been deleted since.
So here's a necklace that I bought Jona from season 2.
That's a great photo too.
Beautiful. Another shot.
You know what? Now that you brought this up, I've bought gifts for several people, right? I've never seen them wear it. People that I'm actually close to. It kind of got me fucked up with that now, Dan. Now that you brought this up, I'm wondering if they've even worn it themselves. You know what? I'm not buying any more gifts, Dan.
Earrings and necklace.
I like that photo.
I pretend I'm in front of her when she's doing that.
She eating? Or she's posing?
I think so. I think she's eating fries or something. What I did like about the picture is because it was done as part of a promotional video for, I think, a concert in Canada with Darren Espanto and Lani as well. Yeah. So they did like promotional stuff and she wore it for the promo as well. So I was quite happy with it. Kind of hard to tell. There you go. Yeah. So I was very pleased about that. She did send me a message on Messenger to thank me for the necklace, even though she hasn't worn it yet. I did get a message from her. So I'll play that as well because, why not? It comes in 2 parts for some reason.
This guy is flexing.
Hey Dan and Rachel, this is Jona. Just want to say thank you so much for the gifts that you sent all the way from UK.
Cost a fortune, by the way.
It's just sad that we didn't get a chance to see each other while we were in Italy. But I'm very thankful for all the support that that you've given to me. And thank you also for being nice to Ria and Ate Erlene. We hope to see you again soon. And for now, you guys take care. Just like you to know that I'm wearing the necklace you guys gave me. So I hope to take a picture. And
which I haven't seen yet, by the way.
That's it. You guys take care. See you again soon. Bye.
And then she sent this one.
That's nice.
Kisses to you guys and to your little angel. God bless.
Yeah.
Mate, I kind of regret not sending my gift now.
Because
I was so annoyed about that whole trip. Like, I was kind of just done with it,
Yeah, I mean, I think that everything that could have gone wrong with the trip, I think we did. Wrong. Yeah.
Terribly wrong.
I'm still very mixed about it. My head saying, Dan, you should not have bothered going is pointless. But at the same time, I wouldn't have had that life experience. I wouldn't have met those few people at ABS-CBN who actually were helpful. We wouldn't have met some of our subscribers.
True.
The ones that you seated next to and a few others. We had a nice experience as a whole, but just the ASAP bit was a bit of just salt rubbed in our wounds. And it wasn't a very nice experience in that respect. What's worse is, for me anyway, I don't know about for you, but the vlogs, I think there's 3 or 4 videos that come out of that for me. And, 2, I think, of those were from ASAP. So it's like, when I'm trying to watch the video and try and just enjoy the positives, there's not much in the vlogs.
Nah, there's not. I probably wouldn't do it again.
Life's too short, though.
Life's too short.
Mate, look, if there's anything happening in the UK, then, you know, if the experience is the same, at least, you know, you're on home turf for me. So you could spend a couple of weeks with us. I can show you around and, you know, make a bit of experience. I think because you were so far out of your comfort zone. You were like, you know, in Europe, country you've never been to, on your own as well. It's probably quite hard to sort of, and you were ill, so you didn't make the best of the time.
I know. That just fucking.
That seems to be your thing. You go travel, illness. It's like you catch it on the plane or something. What's wrong with you?
I don't know. That's why I kind of want to redeem myself. Like, I want to go to the Philippines and not be sick once. Just once.
Yeah. You've been sick every time you've been.
It's getting worse every time I go.
Maybe are you getting homesick?
I was in fucking hospital, I had a fucking needle pinned to my arm.
Yeah, that was after I left. Maybe it's when I left, you just felt like brotherly love just vanished from you and you just wanted something. Mate, I just caught wind of my tats just now. I was pointing. I was like, look at that fucking rockstar shit.
It is a strange coincidence. But yeah, I was just like, mate, what the hell is going on? I actually thought I was like close to dying too. That's how bad I felt.
My God.
What the fuck?
At least it wasn't COVID, eh?
Hey, if it happened around like the breakout, once everyone was panicking, chances are it would have been COVID. Knowing my luck.
Do you know what? They said they can trace the disease back, because when Europe got hit by it the first time, like, you know, back in the start of 2020 or whatever, they were trying to trace it back to when the first signs started coming into Europe. And they actually found, because Italy at that point had really high number of cases, there were, you know, thousands every single day. So Italy was like sort of like the first port of data, really. And they were saying they could trace back the first cases back in November. And I was like, that's when we were there.
Yeah, I know.
No one had any idea. Could you imagine if people knew that back then? Well, I think the worst case could have been
us being stuck there.
ASAP being cancelled. And you'd have flown out all that way. And for what? There was literally not even a negative experience you could have had. There'd have been nothing. You'd have been quarantined for like a week.
Thing is, if I was stuck there, I would have been fucked. I had no idea where I'd even go after that. If I couldn't fly out, mate, that would have been the absolute worst.
Well, if the chances are I couldn't have flew out either, so
would have been on the street, mate.
Well, yeah, but at least it wasn't actually that warm, was it? In fact, I think it pissed it down the night before.
Dark really early.
Yeah, well, that's kind of normal for Europe. We're in the northern hemisphere.
I'm not used to seeing that. Like 4 or 5 o'clock, it's like almost pitch black.
And it sometimes doesn't get light until like 9 o'clock.
I would like to go back to Italy just to experience it properly.
Yeah, you probably need, especially with your flight times and stuff, you're looking at probably a couple of weeks just to really enjoy it.
Yeah.
And, you know, Rome is very different. If you go to like Sorrento, you know, a coastal town with, you know, beautiful Mediterranean Sea right next to it, you know, it's just gorgeous. And you've got Naples, you've got Mount Vesuvius and Pompeii and all that shit. So you've got history like teeming everywhere. It's brilliant. I really enjoyed Italy.
Yeah, I need to do it again. That's the Italy talk out the way. I think we've kind of vetted out enough. Like, I don't think there's anything else I need to say on it. Other than I probably would still like to meet Jona. Yeah,
I would. I mean, even the experiences we had, you know, we always get a bit bitter about it afterwards because we feel like we've been treated like shit. But then, you know, if they said to us, "Oh, do you want to come do this?"
We probably jump at it.
Yeah, exactly. We're absolutely suckers for that.
Look, yeah, the thing is, it kind of flicked a switch in me. Like, I kind of changed a bit after that in terms of who I give my time to.
Yeah.
I kind of don't really have much time for anyone when it comes to like this whole music scene, because I feel like I've put so much in and I've been fucked around quite a lot. When you just add it all up, I mean, there have been some great experiences. It's not like everyone, but it always comes back to ABS-CBN. They don't owe us anything though. That's the thing. I'm aware they don't owe us anything, but don't be a dick.
Yeah. And, you know, they promote all their videos on YouTube anyway as it is. So they obviously try and reach a wider market outside of the Philippines, even though it'll probably be a Filipino audience, but just in a different, you know, country or something.
Yeah.
And there are people who I have met who have said they didn't realise, they didn't know of a certain artist until they saw my reaction. So in a way, we're kind of like helping promote their artist and the show.
Yeah. I even get
and all
those
that
comments
ABS-CBN
now.
stand for.
I even get these comments now, like people telling me they've been introduced to a lot of these artists because of me.
Yeah. So if anything, they should be paying us rather than giving us a strike.
I'll take some money.
I've still got the money that Wish gave us for the awards. Which, by the way, I did not know. Yeah, I did not know we were going to be paid for that.
I know, that was great.
I was happy and still am happy doing it for nothing. I just wanted to be a part of it in any way that I could. To be given the judge honour as well.
Do we want to put the amount out there?
I can't even remember the amount.
I know the amount.
Can you remember?
20K.
How much was it? 20K?
20K.
Was it that much?
Yeah, it was that much. I was like roughly like little over 500 AUD.
Yeah, it sounds about right. Let me just PHP.
Because I was shocked when I looked at the amount. I'm counting it. I'm like, there's a lot of pesos in there.
Yeah, you're right. It was 20,000.
Yeah, 20K. For doing that. That's mad.
I can't. I'm just amazed.
It makes you wonder how much money these artists get for doing just like bits here and there, eh? I wouldn't have expected that much money for what we did.
I mean, like I said, I wasn't expecting anything at all anyway.
Yeah. It made me wonder, like, first of all, how much money Wish is bringing in. Second, how much these artists get paid for what they do.
I mean, given there were 6 judges, wasn't there? There's 6 of us in total, I think. Or 5.
I remember 4.
There's Kitschy, Nadal, Jay Durias, you and I.
I remember them by face. Don't necessarily remember their names.
Somebody Alvarez, Issei Alvarez, I think it was. That's 5.
6 all up.
I'm assuming that you and I was probably the best investment for them on the finance sheet because we were probably the cheapest ones of the judges. I can't imagine we got paid the same as them. Surely I only found out just the other day when I was reacting to one of Regine's albums that Jay Durias, who I think I was sat next to, or at least another seat over from me, he collabed with Regine on an album as a producer and stuff. I was like, I didn't even do this.
Yeah.
So many people are so well connected.
I did some research afterwards. And I'm like, these are like talented people that we're sitting with.
They're sat there going, who the fuck are these guys?
Yeah. Oh, that's vloggers. I've got cameras.
I have no idea. I don't know how we even managed to bag that. I mean, I just thought Reactor's Choice Award with the obvious choices because we're frequently going to the Philippines.
Do you think because of the pandemic could have affected it as well, but do you think because we had that opportunity that they're no longer handing it out because of maybe how we did things? Because we haven't seen any other reactors being put in that position.
No. I think what helped sway the decision, I think, prior to the event was because we were going over. So I said, look, we're going to be there anyway. Do you want us to be involved? I think that's kind of like a helping hand really for them. I think if they were to fund someone to fly out there, first of all, I'd be pissed if someone else got the chance and they got flown over. I'd be like, well, we took this all on our own backs here. I know we got paid, but that was irrelevant. That was something we didn't even know was going to happen. Yeah. So we were there, as far as we knew, as a freebie, as a favour. Not a favour, it's more of a favour for us, but in terms of providing a service to them off our own backs, because that's what we wanted to do.
I like to think that our history, because we kind of got like a good relationship with Wish prior to that. They know of us. I'm thinking that had something to do with it as well, not just us being there, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely know about us because they contacted us a couple of times for the previous years, didn't they, for the Reactor's Choice Award. Yeah. We sent in videos, we put in our, who we wanted to win the award, and I think they're definitely aware of us, and I suppose even more so now because of the awards, which is nice. But I feel like I've forgotten about us again. I don't know whether we need to do more Wish reactions or whether we should just do I don't know. It's content again, isn't it?
Speaking of the awards, I still want to win an award myself. That's one of my goals.
You sort of nicked one of the awards
I
from JR.
accepted one. I accepted an award on, who was it?
I think Daryl Long, I think, won an award, and I think Bagoy came up to accept it.
I accepted, what's his name? Is it Glock 9?
Yeah, but he was there on the night as well, so why wouldn't he have come to get his award?
I think he might have been busy backstage getting prepared for a performance or something. I don't know. Or maybe he was just busy.
Maybe, yeah. I still can't believe I was that close to Julianne and I still haven't got to meet her yet.
And I met Moira. I met Moira on the side of the stage. And I had no camera. I just talked about this in my Moira reaction. I've just brought up the story because no one really knew about it. no camera, no phone. Couldn't even take a selfie. I'm still kicking myself there. Why did I not have my phone?
I still kind of wish.
What is wrong with me?
We talked about maybe just being complete rock stars and just taking our phones on stage and taking a selfie. And I kind of wish I did that now.
I know. Oh, crap. No, but Shay had to have respect for the artist because it wasn't about his vlog. It was about them. Regrets.
I think it was the right decision.
It was the right call, but just
it's in hindsight. Yeah, nice to learn that shot, but
like I just wish I had at least my phone on the side of the stage. I could have at least taken a selfie with Moira, got her in like a vlog sort of thing. Because I was sitting down on the seat, trying to like mentally prepare myself to go on stage, and then I'm looking to the side and Moira is right there, in a beautiful dress. So I end up standing up, off it in my seat, because it just felt weird me just sitting here, just in like this tight little space. And then I see Moira just waiting to go on stage. I'm like,
would you like to take a seat?
yeah. I introduced myself, told her I reacted to her videos. Fuck, I'm an idiot. I don't know why I say the stuff. I should just said hi.
That's the first thing you think about, isn't it? Did she know who you were?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's a shame.
Well, it was kind of a blur, just that whole build up to going on stage as well.
Yeah.
So
I wish I'd had something to drink before I went up, because there's bottles of water on the table and I think snacks have been brought out. And
did you have some snacks?
I didn't eat a single thing.
I didn't eat anything. I didn't drink anything.
I had a drink when I was on stage. I had to ask somebody from the stage, can you get me a water, because I was fucking parched. I was like, and then their water goes to, I needed to drink something because I was absolutely dry as a nun's vagina. And I needed something to eat because I was so hungry and I didn't get anything, because I felt guilty eating the nibbles on our table because, I'm surrounded by people who are more deserving of being there than we were.
Yeah.
They mopped it all up and I didn't eat anything until after we left and we went to, it wasn't Jolly, was it? We went somewhere fast food. It might have been Burger King, was it?
Yeah.
And that was the last time I ate that night.
And I was absolutely sick the following day. I was so out of it. I was struggling. I was actually struggling. Right. I was struggling then when we were at Burger King. Like I could feel I was getting sick.
That's right, because the next day I was in the recording studio and you weren't there, and that was the day Maria and Isabel did their bits.
Yeah. And
then the day after, when I got my Rockstar tat,
I had like a fever and everything. My throat couldn't speak. I was so glad I was able to come out the following day, because even when I woke up, I was like, fuck, I don't know if I'm going to make it through the day. And then I started to feel right towards the end.
Thank God. Do you know what I thought about doing? Just on thinking about the vlogs and shit. I'd forgotten some of this. And my memory now is kind of like, just whenever I think back to the trips, I always kind of see it from watching the vlogs rather than how I actually remember it.
Yeah.
So it's good to hear different little stories like this that I completely forgot. But what I've thought about doing is I could direct a audio commentary thing of the vlogs and just sit down and watch the entire season and do like a voiceover or like a little thing like this.
Oh, yeah.
And just watch it and just talk through it and be like, oh yeah, that was when we did this. Oh, do you remember that? Yeah. And kind of like have like little snippets of stories that we've probably forgotten about and can share with the audience.
That's not a bad idea. One of my favorite shows in high school was Entourage. I don't know if you watched that.
I caught a bit of it once.
Yeah. So the show ended a while ago, like at least a decade ago. And the creator and the main actors have been doing exactly that to the show. Like, have a podcast and then they'll watch it and do commentary sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's for like the long
It's a good way to recycle the vlogs, isn't it? And get more views.
Yeah.
But yeah, especially, I think it's good to share, I think, because you remember the mindset you were in, I think, back at the time, and people may not know.
That's not a bad idea now I'm thinking about it. There's quite a lot of vlogs, so I don't know if I'll do all of them, but maybe like the last season, or choose a few vlogs here and there. The ones that I know are going to get views.
Yeah. I went on my channel the other day and I created a private, because I just wanted it just for my own purposes, playlist for all my vlogs for the Philippines.
Oh, yeah?
Just so it was all in one place.
So you could just watch one after
but it also tells you the playlist duration. So if I go on Philippines vlog complete series, playlist duration, 12 hours, 45 minutes and 8 seconds.
Say it again?
12 hours, 45 minutes and 8 seconds.
Jesus.
And that's Philippines seasons 1 to 3. It's amazing sometimes when you figure out who's been following you. I mean, like, there's people on my Instagram who I don't know who they are, but they tend to be connected to artists. I found that in the Philippines as well.
Yeah.
Like when I went to Regine's concert, there were people backstage who knew me, and I was like, that's just mental. And they helped me get in and to meet her in the first place. So it's weird. You would just assume artists don't watch our stuff. Some do.
Yeah.
We know that Fourth Impact do because they've mentioned it a bunch of times.
I went to a beer festival, I think it was season 2. We were watching this group perform, and then once they had finished, like in my piss state, I was going to get another beer. One of the people from the band came down from the stage and was like, Morissette. I was like, what the fuck? You know, you're just surprised at who actually knows you. And like the producer at the place where you did one of your recordings with Maria, the guy who was in the...
Dan?
No, not Dan. The older guy at the other studio. Wait.
Oh, yeah. When we did Maria and Isabel's.
Yeah, like he I met him in season 4. Like, he knew me through the reaction videos. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, how many people watch this fucking shit that we upload? Like, there's a ridiculous amount of people, and people that are pretty busy within the music scene. It's just surprising. Like, even Dan knew who we were through reaction videos.
And yet, despite that, I suppose that helps in some ways get us through doors when we decide to knock on some, like with getting access to ASAP before people were allowed access. You know, we were there like on the morning, weren't we, watching the rehearsal. So that wouldn't have happened if people didn't know who we are and we hadn't made the right connections. But equally, they are still first in the queue to block our stuff anyway. So it's like, well, if you know us, work with us.
It also makes you wonder, made me wonder, how other reactors and their experiences would be if they were to go to the Philippines. Would it be the same? Would it be this? Or would it be more?
It's a fear of mine I've had for some time. I think about it. Because I, on one hand, you go, oh, nah, they're not going to have the same experience. They can't have. And I suppose in some ways, they won't ever have that experience. Like,
there's a lot that they won't.
Yeah.
One of them that keeps coming to mind is the TNT boys. They're no longer the TNT boys. They're the TNT men.
That is true. That is very true.
They're grown now. Like, you can't go back and do those things. I'm kind of grateful that I did all of that stuff, because it would never be the same if I were to try and do it now, especially now.
Yeah.
In COVID.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I've noticed there's a lot of, I've seen some artists share Instagram stories of the reactors who have reacted to their stuff, and they've shared it and be like, yeah, thanks for watching a video and all that kind of stuff.
Though?
I'm like,
who shared it?
Are we going to name names? I don't want to start.
But there's
chaos.
nothing wrong with them sharing it. It's just, I'm curious.
No, but it's like maybe I suppose that's another reason why I asked you about your Instagram stories, because I can't be bothered with the time it takes me to do all the other stuff to do the stories as well to promote the reactions. But on the flip side, if I did do that, maybe they'd start sharing my stuff as well. But they're starting to share and notice other reactors and follow them on socials as well. And it's like, if they got the chance to go to the Philippines, would they get a similar reception? Would they get offers of tours and all that kind of stuff as well?
I mean, this is how I think about it, though. Based on that reaction channel getting the 50 minutes, you can only imagine what they're going to get in person. Yeah. You know, if they're able to get that from other side of the globe, we've kind of already got our answer.
I suppose we maybe see ourselves at a certain level because we've done these things already. Maybe not the Regine interview, but like we've done lots of other things, but nobody else has done that because no one's gone there. And I think that's why we might see ourselves a little higher than those, perhaps, because we have done those things. If it was a common thing that a lot of reactors flew to the Philippines, we'd probably all be in the same boat. And
we probably wouldn't keep doing it.
No, exactly.
Because
so that begs the question. And so where do we go from here? What do we do? What if we're not going to get, if most of our videos are not monetized because they slam the copyright on us or blocked, and we can't do it for, being more popular because everyone else is doing it too. And we're draining our lives, trudging this reaction channel. Why are we doing it? What's it for?
We've talked about this idea.
Yeah.
But maybe the next step is just branching off on our own and following through with our own TV show then.
Yay! And we're off on the TV!
Maybe that is the next step. Because I was thinking about it, like, where do we go from here? Like, even when I do my music and, you know, release that stuff, even if I get an award, like, there's still somewhere else we need to go. Like, that's not my end goal.
One of the things I think we are perhaps lacking
Subscribers.
is respect.
Respect.
Subscribers being one as well. Yeah, I think respect. 'Cause I think, yes, we've done a lot of incredible things. And like I said, if everyone else had the same time in the Philippines, I think they'd also have pretty good experiences, different experiences, but still good stuff. Apart from the odd artists who do follow us on socials, no one else really does. And it's like, well, they're still keeping us, no matter how much we do and what we've achieved, go back to achievements again, they are still keeping us at arm's length. So we're never going to earn that respect, I don't think, unless we do something that's unrelated to
them on our own. That's an audience within itself, away from all of this, which comes into the equation. TV show.
Hooray, we're back on again.
Like the whole jeepney thing, maybe that's a TV show.
I keep hearing jeepney travels and like keep seeing it as like a, you know, touring around the Philippines in that jeepney doing random shit.
Yeah,
mate, I'd watch that. I'd love that.
I'm sure they would watch it too, because it's two idiot foreigners driving around.
I was going with hunky foreigners, but we'll go with it if you want to.
I mean, you know what I mean. I'm just, you know, from their point of view, how they may perceive it. I don't mind like being stupid or acting silly, because that's part of the fun.
Yeah.
And then we mingle with the locals as we're driving our jeepney.
Try out some of that Tagalog.
We might even pick up some locals and drop them off to their destinations then. Earn a few pesos.
I'd be interested to know if people watch this far. I know it's going to be split up anyway, but I'd be interested to know just how many people are watching this now. I'd be like, actually, yeah, that's a pretty good idea. We'll watch that and then start. Maybe we'll start a campaign. If you're connected to anyone in TV and would like to see a Shay and Dan Jeepney travel show, let us know.
Let us know.
And if you're connected, let's see if we can organise a meeting over Zoom now. We know how to use the actual app. So let us know.
Because our two minds, we're crazy enough to just go ahead and do it. I certainly am. I'll throw in my job right now. I'm ready to go.
You really would. I have commitments, so not that straightforward. But I can commit to like
throw the daddy life in just for a little while, and then come back.
I can commit to 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah, that's all we need.
That's all we need.
That's at least 12 episodes.
It's amazing how excited you get over a conversation like this, isn't it? I wish we thought of this earlier. We could have imagined season.
I know.
Well, the last season could have been crazy.
Could have been on TV.
That's one thing I think could be missing, because then, you know, you've always said if you keep going back to the Philippines, you're doing the same stuff all over again, apart from meeting perhaps different artists, but it's still the same stuff.
Yeah.
And I've done that too. I've done the islands. I've kind of done a bit of other things as well. But one thing that would be very different for both of us would be a little tour series in a jeepney, or however you want to, you know, just like a backpacking adventure, effectively.
Just doing
but
our own
jeepney
thing
would be very different.
There's a lot of things that can go wrong with that as well, which is part of the fun. I'm afraid someone's going to steal our idea if it hasn't been done.
Can you copyright an idea? I suppose you can't copyright this, can you?
Thing is, they'll never be able to do it like we do it.
No, that's true. There's only one Shay and Dan. Actually, there's two. There's the musicians on the other YouTube channel. Yeah. But, you know, there's only one of us.
In my mind, I'm already set, like, we can do that. Like, once I know I can do it, I'm going to fucking do it. All we need to do is get there and have a jeepney. That's all we need. We can figure out the rest.
I'm going to Google jeepney hire.
Surely it's possible. Yeah, it's possible. If you think about how much they would make for 2 weeks in a jeepney, we should be able to cover that easy.
You can rent jeepneys. It says funeral service as well.
That's not a good sign, Dan.
No. You can rent a jeepney, but I don't know, again, without doing more searching, whether any of them have been converted into sort of a camper-y type thing. To be honest, it doesn't really matter if it doesn't have to have like a kitchenette and all that kind of stuff you get in a camper van. It just needs space to lie down and sleep. We can always buy food and drinks.
The thing is, we don't even have to sleep in the jeepney, Dan.
Oh, so you're thinking just touring with a jeepney?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We don't have to worry about that.
That's even better then. That's even easier. Sign us up.
Man.
Let's do this shit.
I know we can do this, but if we do it and we're able to get out on TV, we're set. I don't care who you talk to for 50 minutes. Get in a fucking jeepney for 2 weeks and travel for the beach. Then you're on my level.
God. Just going back to what you were saying, how you don't have to sleep in it or anything. Even if you did sleep in the jeepney, you wouldn't have anywhere to cook or whatever. But that's part of the journey, isn't it? The episodes you'd be visiting different places, trying their foods. Why would you want to cook it in your own little place? Why would you want to do that? You'd want to experience as much culture as you can. Soak it all up.
We could even get Wayne Odd in that show. Could be one of our destinations.
Let's hope she survives that long.
I know. The thing is, even if she doesn't, I've thought about this too. No one's ever captured getting ink from her granddaughters, after her passing. So that's how.
Where would you have yours done?
Maybe on my leg.
Have you got any tats on your leg? I don't think I've ever seen
No, I haven't.
your legs.
I actually plan on getting one though. I almost got one, but then I wanted to get my sleeves finished.
I still can't get over your neck, mate. I keep catching it on it. Look at that, what? How far does it go down?
Not too far down. Probably.
So pretty much where your hand can reach, kind of thing.
Yeah. It's good. Got my got one there. It's like
Is
a
that
last
new?
minute one. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's basically my Libra sign. It was like a last minute thing. I had a bit of extra time. I was like, fuck, what else can I get?
She's got this
this
urge for the tat.
Yeah. I had like 20 minutes or something left. Because I booked in for 3 days. It was like 8 hours each day.
Jeez, that's a long time.
I took a week,
that's a lot of Netflix.
I took a week off work. And it's not exactly close to my house either. It's like an hour drive.
Oh my
So I had to
God.
drive there and back 3 days. I just told work, family commitments. I come back, I'm like fully tatted up.
That's
Did you
amazing.
get some new tattoos, Shay? Oh yeah, I got a few.
Just a couple of small ones.
Yeah. I just didn't want to go back to work with like fresh tattoos in case it got infected, just because of all like the dust and shit in the air. I was like,
Yeah.
we'll take the whole day off, the whole week off. Sorry. I ended up making
Fair
friends with the tattoo artist as well. One of them's from Thailand, and he's a singer as well, and he does a lot of performances here. He's even got a fucking Harley. It's like one badass fella. I'm like, bro, we got to get on it one night. But I've kind of stopped my whole drinking thing, so don't know when I'll see him. But he's always like partying. He's engaged as well. I'm like, how does your partner let you go out and do all this stuff?
She doesn't know.
Like, she trusts me, all this stuff. And he's like got photos of like all these groupies, and I'm just like, how the fuck do you have all this stuff
Double
happening
life, mate.
in Perth? How is this happening to you in Perth? He's singing like Thailand songs. So I've been watching his stories. I'm like, what the fuck? It doesn't even look like you're in Perth. Girls screaming.
We need some advice from him.
That's why I was like, fuck, maybe I should work on my Thailand audience.
Well, you can always start in Malaysia.
I mean, yeah, I've already started there. It helps that they've got like amazing singers too. And obviously that I've got that little thing going on.
What is that little thing, Shay?
Just something little. I don't know how much we're using now. I've kind of lost track.
Yeah, I have no idea. And I think that's the beauty about this. We can just keep it going, and people don't feel like they have to watch it in order either. If you
watch
name
the
them
whole
by episode,
thing.
well, they watch
Parts.
whatever the fuck they want anyway when it comes to vlogs.
True.
20,000 views on one video, 2,000 on another. How about fuck yourself?
I know. Like my TNT Boys concert vlog, I posted that like well over a year after it happened. I think it's on like 110k views now. Just like, what the fuck? It's like over an hour long.
Speaking of TNT Boys, I have another story. So we have this new show on TV. It's one of those sort of, like you got your main channels on your 1 to 5 on your remote, and it's like one of the sister channels that's sort of related anyway.
Oh, yeah.
They have like random shows on there, like comedy shows, panels, that kind of stuff, fun stuff. And they started a new show, and I can't remember what it's called now, but it's basically a guy, the presenter, sources like random batshit crazy stuff around the world, like TV programs. It's normally from like Malaysia or something that's a bit, random, or Korea. And then there's like a panel, the guests that appear on the show, like celebrity comedians or whatever, who, British comedians. And the presenter will show them the clip, and then they'll just talk about it and have a laugh about it and stuff. And one of the clips was from Your Face Sounds Familiar. it was the TNT boys dressed as the Bee Gees.
Oh.
And I was like, I know those kids. I know the show. It's an Ogie bit. I know him. I've met him. Mad on our TV. And I was like, what's going on? It's funny how they perceived that as like sort of batshit crazy TV. And I suppose it's a bit random having like kids dressed up as like adults from the 70s, I think it were.
Yeah.
I mean, they did the Spice Girls. They did various other ones, didn't they? Were you there the time they were dressed as the Bee Gees? Like actually present in the studio?
I was there when they were Boyz II Men and Mariah Carey and the Spice Girls.
Yeah. Ah, okay. So
the Spice Girls was hilarious. I was dying. I was like...
Only in Asia, right? This
Those are my girls. Those are my daughters. That's crazy though, yeah. How they perceive that way.
Yeah.
Because of what they consider the norm.
It was in a fantasy, I think it was. And I was like, bloody hell, he's grown so much.
Mate, have you heard them sing lately?
No.
You need to get on that.
Look at that.
Yeah, I like that too, because I was just like, mate, this son's a grown-ass man now.
It's been on my list for ages, right? I've got one of the latest performances when it's done over some sort of like split screen thing. I haven't really watched it.
I recently watched that because people were just wanting it, and I also wanted to check it out as well because I held off from watching like certain stuff. And I've noticed on their Instagram, like they've grown a fair bit. I've heard them talk snippets of like videos. I'm like,
I haven't.
And that's what kind of prompted me. I'm like, I need to get on this just to see how they are now. And my mind was blown, man.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. But just, my mind was blown.
I really want to watch it. It's like I say, I've downloaded a bunch of videos, and that's one of them I really want to try and watch. There was another one as well, not TNT Boys, but another video I downloaded that went a bit mad. It was from Wish. Now, it's funny because on my Facebook and my Instagram, it just seemed like every other post was Wish, and it was all to do with the same guy. And I don't know.
I know who you're talking about, and I actually plan on watching that after this. This is usually when I record reactions.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, he's gone trending. He was on, from what I know, he was on Wish USA.
Yeah.
All I'm aware of is he's a rapper. And everyone just keeps commenting like he's an amazing rapper. I'm like, I'm gonna have to check this out.
Ah, so it's really up your street, then, isn't it? For
although I'm not sure if it's in Tagalog or if it's English rap, or mixture.
As Mil performs Panalo.
Yeah, that's the one. Oh, well, there you go. There's a title.
It's in Tagalog, isn't it?
You know what? I had some. Fuck! It just pissed me off. It was to do with the whole ship thing, right? They said something like you had her and you fucked it up. I'm just like, mate, if I fucking had her, it would have been game over. Like that would have been that. And it's just the way they worded it, and they put the laughing emoji. I'm like, you fucking can't.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I get some shitty comments.
You know how circling back on that, now we're back to Maury again. When she wrote that song "Love You Still" about her dad, and you kind of wrote two versions of Morissette. Why don't you just like write, not necessarily naming her, but like
write a third one?
Just write, don't write a third one, but just write something. Write a song about it, like almost like saying, I'm over it now, you know, you had your chance, you moved on, and so have I, kind of thing. I don't know. It is, like I say, I'm going to name her, just, it's sort of like
the thing is, there'll probably be a song. I'll probably end up writing a song like that eventually, but you wouldn't think that it's about that.
Okay.
And to be honest, it may not even start out being about that. It may just end up sounding like it's about that. But I thought you meant as in, a third song.
No, because that's definitely for the views then, isn't it? It's just to get people
for the
talking
views,
again.
And then that would actually contradict me saying that I'm over it when I've written the third song.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
And actually gives Kim sort of like the more ammunition she needs to prove a point.
I don't like that girl. There's something not right there. You know what I actually thought? We can't share this stuff because this is kind of borderline slander. But I actually thought, like, while I was traveling there, I thought that maybe she had swung the other way.
Yeah. I honestly think that she's in love with Morissette.
That's what I thought. Because no one gets all involved like that, even within her job title, whatever it is. I still don't know what it is. People say that she's the PA, but do PAs do what she does? like get involved like that?
Well, I wouldn't have thought so. I've no idea. I've got no experience of that. I mean, I've only met Ria, and she's obviously with Jona quite a lot, and you know, it doesn't seem like something that she would do.
But even when I look back on it now, I'm just like, why was she such a bitch? Because she was the reason why I couldn't bring my vlog camera to the whole anniversary thing. I ended up pulling out the phone. I ended up going against my word. I promised I wouldn't record, wouldn't vlog. Well, when I seen everyone with their cameras and phones recording, why can't I vlog? Like, what's the reason? So I was like, no, fuck this. I'm going to try and make some sort of vlog out of it. Took everyone's footage that I could find, put together bits and pieces.
I think you did a really good job, actually, with what you had.
Yeah, I ended up taking a lot of Tony, you know, Tony the makeup artist. He used to do Maury's makeup before.
I don't know Tony.
He's a bigger lad. He used to do the makeup before, what's his name, Miko,
yeah. I know Miko.
Like right before him. He was the makeup artist, the go-to one. And he was sitting at the main table and he had like a lot of like the close-up footage. So I'm like, fuck, I just downloaded his whole vlog. Just cut it up.
So he vlogged and uploaded it, and that's where you took the footage from?
Like the close-up shots. Because he had like that perspective. But then
so what we're saying is it's okay to take other people's vlogs and repurpose them.
The thing is, I recorded prior, after, and a little bit while I was there on my phone. So I was able to piece it with my footage. It wasn't just his footage. I used most of his footage as just B-roll. Just music.
Yeah. I think you did a good job of that. Looks nice. To say you didn't really have a camera at all.
I wasn't allowed to, otherwise I wasn't allowed to go. That's what I was told.
Yeah.
You can only attend if you don't bring your camera and you don't vlog. I even bought that bitch flowers. Just like as a peace offering. Like, I'm not here just to get fucking views. I'm not even uploading the videos within a decent time frame to maximize the views. You silly bitch. That's all I wanted to say.
And that time, though, you were editing your vlogs months and months later, weren't you? Years.
That's the fucking time. Gave you flowers just to fucking clear the air. Thank you for inviting me. Even though I couldn't bring my camera, here's some flowers. You can't fucking hate me. I bought you flowers now. You can't be that much of a bitch.
Oh, but she is.
Oh, yeah. It even showed in that vlog when I was talking to her, she rolled her fucking eyes. Which I didn't capture, Tony captured, which I think Tony already knew her mindset at the time because he timed it perfectly.
He did.
He recorded it and then he panned it. So he already knows her feeling towards me.
Yeah.
And he had
I wonder what they said about like what she says to them, like why she hates you.
I have no idea. And then Tony had the cheek not long after to add me on Facebook. I'm like, if you know that she's like this, chances are you're talking shit about me too.
Yeah.
So I didn't accept it. I think he's still following though.
Yeah, it's now your turn to keep them at arm's reach, isn't it? I do feel sorry for a lot of the artists though, because a lot of them, yes, they're getting engaged and married and some are single still. Unless you've already had the career and therefore can commit to family life, they don't really have kids. Obviously it depends on the person, but women can go through like change in their sort of 40s, 50s. And they're most fertile in their, I suppose, 20s, 30s. And I'm looking at some artists going, I know you enjoy what you do, but it's not forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I look at Jona sometimes, like, you're 31 now. Yeah, 32 this year.
Yeah, and I'm looking at it too. I'm like... I got you on this. We can sort something out.
I do feel really sorry for them.
I don't mind being that backup plan.
I don't think I'd mind either. I'll get divorced. I'll move out.
I think you're crazy enough too as well.
Yeah.
Purposely start an argument.
I've already started the adoption process. Get rid of the girl. Get rid of the wife. All I need is a house in the Philippines and I'm set.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that though. Time. I don't even think we've seen any like possibility of anyone else there to fill that spot.
No. I mean, look at Regine. I mean, she was already on the brink. She was already on the brink of, the age really for when she had her little one. She's probably in her 40s, I think, when she had Nate. Or maybe very late 30s, but she was getting on a bit.
Quite young. Yeah.
Yeah, he's very young. And I think she's the only one in the current generation of singers as well who has a child. Well, she's got the kid, but I mean, like everyone underneath her, so like, KZ, Julianne, all our sort of bubble of people, really, none of them having kids.
Speaking of Regine, one thing I noticed in her house that I really liked is her record collection, that shelf. I really like that. It's fucking massive. I wish I could fit something like that in my room, but I want one of those. I've been thinking about getting into collecting vinyl.
It's quite a collection.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, I wouldn't say started collecting them, but a friend of mine bought a record player, started collecting vinyls for like, classic 80s kind of stuff. It's definitely, there's worse things to collect.
Oh, definitely. I thought about it, like, if I'm going to collect pop vinyls, I should probably get into collecting actual vinyls.
Yeah.
You don't even want to know how many pre-orders I've got. Like, it's fucking ridiculous now. Like, I'm just waiting for like a shit ton of orders to come through.
Just a truck turns up, just unloads the entire back end of it onto your drive.
Do you want to hear the exact number I'm waiting on to be delivered?
Yeah.
87.
87? Where are you going to put them?
I don't know.
You'll be making a bed made out of these pop vinyls.
The thing is, I saw they started, all the artists, they dropped out like 10 new artists. I'm like, well, fuck, I'm gonna have to buy those now because I want all the artists. And then they dropped like some of my favorite movies that I enjoyed watching as a kid. Cool Runnings, White Men Can't Jump. They dropped like pop vinyls. I'm like, fuck, I want those now. And because I've gone outside of music now, I'm like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna have to start collecting all my favorite films now. And not only that, they dropped some NBA players. I'm a fucking huge NBA fan, especially the 90s, 70s, 80s, 90s basketball. I'm like, fuck, I'm going to have to get these now. The thing is, they go up in value. They'll never drop in value. As soon as they stop making them, the prices rise. So I can also flick them off later down the line.
Okay, so it's a decent investment then, rather than just chucking your money down the drain.
Like the Jollibee one I've got now, I think I could sell it for like $90 online. I've got a Jollibee Rides pop vinyl. Do you know what that is? It's a Jollibee on a bike. And I looked at it.
Nice.
I looked at it on eBay. You can't get it much cheaper than $200.
I can get Jollibee for 30 quid.
How much is that converted?
$54 for you. That one is.
54. Oh, that's pretty cheap then.
The bike, it's got £10 postage as well, so that's $57. $102 for Funko Pop Jollibee on delivery bike.
Is that Australian?
Yes.
Where are you looking?
eBay.
Maybe it's the import. It can't be the import charges though. It should be the same. I mean, the thing is, they would have been, I think when they dropped, you could only get them at Jollibee and they were like 1,000 pesos.
Yeah, I had someone go to Jollibee for me to get one, and they didn't have any.
Yeah, got to be quick.
Actually, the same person who went to go and get me a Jollibee Pop figurine, I also bought him a ticket for a Morissette show.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So you got a free ticket and you got nothing?
Well, it wasn't like an exchange. It was just like, her brother was a massive fan of Morissette, like insanely fanatical about her. And she was performing in Devour. Did you say it? Devour City.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and obviously he wasn't going to go on his own. So I bought them both a ticket, and it would cost me like, I bought them the expensive tickets because I'm just a nice guy, Shay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
178 Australian dollars.
Nah, you're mad. That's just madness.
I felt like I was doing a good deed though. Like I said, I can't remember the context how it came about now, but I remember I wanted to do that as like a gift, and she'd filmed him opening the gift, and he went bananas. Like he just burst into tears and he loved it.
Oh, well, if you got that sort of reaction, maybe it was worth it.
Yeah, like I said, I got the video for it, so it's nice to... It felt good to...
That's not so bad.
To give a little, yeah.
It's still a bit mad though. You know what's even more mad? The fact that you followed back MGN.
Keep your friends closer. No,
nah, I know
keep
the
your friends
same.
close, the enemies closer, yeah.
You know, since I made that response video to his video, where he name dropped us, kind of calling us out, all the subscribers are telling him to delete that video because he was losing subscribers at that time.
It was about penal baiting, wasn't it?
Yeah. But I don't know how our names came into that.
No, I can't remember now, looking back at it.
Oh, it's because we weren't uploading reaction videos. We stopped. And he kind of linked that with Pinoy baiting.
I mean, I think it's a real thing. I think Pinoy. There's a lot of channels that probably do Pinoy bait, but I wouldn't say we do it. What we do is just the product of what people ask for. You know, just so happens that people are asking for these reactions, so therefore you just do the reactions. I knew nothing about the Philippines before doing reaction videos.
Yeah, same here.
This is a completely organic. So
yeah, I remember how mine started too. It was just one request, is all it took.
Yeah, same. And it sort of snowballs from there. So yeah, I think it's a thing. And I think people who are new to reactions might have gotten onto that and try and use that.
The thing is, when we started doing it, it wasn't a thing. Filipino reactions wasn't a popular thing at the time.
Yeah, there wasn't many people doing it, was there? There's only a handful of us, I think, that really started doing them.
I don't even think the whole Filipino thing even came into consideration as I was reacting to some of these artists. I was just like, this is a singer. It wasn't, this is a Filipino singer.
Yeah, I'd love to go back and just watch some of my earlier stuff and just see how that journey sort of went about. Have you tried watching any of your old or first reaction videos?
Yeah, I have. Some of them I've actually removed. Like my very early ones, I wasn't the most expressive on camera. Fucking cringe, man. Fucking cringe. There's no way. I even feel bad that a lot of them are still up too. But they've got so many views, people still discover my channel through them. I'm like, I can't really touch them.
Yeah, I don't think I've deleted any reactions since, unless, no, I don't know I have.
But if there's any videos I could delete, it would be everything 2017 backwards.
Oh wow, so that's quite a lot.
That's at least half my videos.
My earlier stuff, I don't think dog shit comes even close to it. It's just, I can't stand to look at it. I can't stand to listen to it. Zero personality, zero expression really. For a reaction video, it's what the fuck was I doing?
It took me years to be comfortable talking to a camera. That's like was the biggest hurdle. You
don't know who your audience is going to be either, so you kind of just talk and just hope someone watches, don't you?
You change so much in that time as well. When you go back and look at your reaction videos, you kind of don't even really know yourself to an extent, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think I knew fuck all back then, to be honest.
I think we've both grown as people a lot through just the education we get from our subscribers as well.
Yeah, it's changed a lot, like even how I talk to people. I didn't know about Tyrone until like maybe a little bit after I had started recording.
Oh, right. I found Tyrone back in 2015. It's
2015 is probably when I found it because I released you haven't seen it, have you? I released a Reactors song.
Oh, no, I have seen that. And he watched it, didn't he?
Yeah. I remember I had 3K and the Real Rejects like Ryan reached out, not Ryan, Greg reached out. Ryan was like his stage name. I remember he subscribed, left me a comment, and I was just like, holy shit. Because like the person that inspired me to start the channel was like, subscribe to me. I was just freaking out.
That's awesome.
Like watching them for like 2 years religiously, like after work and that. That's actually on my to-do list too. Go to America and do at least one reaction video with them. Because then like everything would have come full circle completely for the channel.
Wow, that's poetry. When you release that video as well, then you should like never do another reaction video. Like you've literally come full circle. You've done what you set out to do.
Yeah.
Fuck the rest of them.
Yeah, he said he's down for it. Like he's just waiting for it. But yeah, I need a bit more of a reason to go there. Can't just be that.
Well, this is you, Shay.
I know.
Fly all the way to Italy for a concert.
I know. Actually, you're not wrong. We could go there just for that.
Where about in the US is he?
I think he's in Cali somewhere. I'm not sure.
Oh, well, I've always wanted to go to California. We would do a last trip.
I'm not. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we can do that. His channel gets a shitload of views too. I mean, his brother gets more views. Do you know his brother?
Yeah. No.
Jabby Kuwait. He's the one who started the whole Indian reaction trend, Indian films.
Oh, right.
He's like got a few million subscribers. Yeah, his brother just blew up out of nowhere.
A friend of mine actually says if you want to do a channel that grows really quick and gets a lot of engagement, and I suppose a lot of arguments as well, he says do stuff on religion.
Oh.
Do things like, stories out of the Quran. And I'm like, mate, I'm not even going to touch that.
Yeah, no, fuck no.
Gets a lot of views, and
yeah,
you get a lot of people, like, you can imagine the comments in that video. Thousands.
I've stumbled across a reaction channel that reacts to like emotional or religious performances or different languages and cultures. And in almost every reaction, he cries. I can't tell if it's genuine or not. It's almost like he's prepared to cry. Like he's almost got it on cue. But I don't know if that's just how he is. But he gets a lot of views.
I get upset on the sun because I get overwhelmed with a lot of shit. But you can kind of tell when it's going to be good, because you know when you start the video, it's going to, the quality of the video, if it's good and the audio is good, you're going to get a good sense of it. And depends on how the song goes, style and that. I think you can kind of prepare for how that you might get upset.
Yeah, like there was one recently. There was one recently that I posted that I got emotional with. Like I
saw the thumbnail for that.
It was the Pentatonics video.
Was that good then?
Yeah, it was good. It was a nice release too. But I knew it was going to make me feel some type of way. But the fact that it got me the way it did, I'm just like, trying to like shrug it off. But that channel I was talking about, I was watching his videos, and I was also trying to watch the video he was reacting to just see if it could like flick a switch within me. But because it was so different, like the singing is like, I don't know how to describe it. Even though I don't understand it, it's not a sound that would make me feel emotional.
Yeah.
It's so different.
Yeah. I mean, some people like that kind of stuff. I don't. If people ask me to react to it, then I'd react to it if there's nothing else to react to.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to make a habit of reacting to it.
Oh, yeah. So that brings us to the end of the podcast. That's kind of all we really needed to cover in this episode. That's all.
See you again in the next video.
Yeah. We'll make this a regular thing. And we can also get future topics from our viewers or whoever just stumbles across this channel.
Very much looking forward to seeing what people want to hear from us. And hopefully, get some guests on the show as well. Start with Ate Rachel.
Ate Rachel. I think, our best bet. She's been doing live streams on her own. Well, her and Nick. It's been great talking to you, Dan, after all this time.
And you, Shay. I know.
Thank you. And I guess we'll see you in the next video.